2025 has arrived, and with it, the first fight night of the year live on Box Nation. And what a night we have in store for you tonight here at York Hall. A WBC title fight, 2 professional debuts, and 5 of Frank Warren's brightest young stars, all on one stacked card. I'm Ollie Bessellet. I'm joined by Box Nation legend, Steve Lillis. How are you, sir?
Great, I'm very good, Ollie, and great to be working with you this and being back on Box Nation for a one-off. Fantastic, York Hall's looking marvellous. It's got a feel of a big night. Box Nation's in town, brilliant.
Box Nation in town indeed. You've been away from Box Nation for a while now. Now you're back, looking around York Hall tonight. It's advanced a little bit, hasn't it?
It's advanced a little bit. Just have to see, there's no expense spared looking at all the graphics out hanging from the balcony here. And then, of course, the stage where we used to stand with Bunsey, Richard Keys, Jim Rosenthal, various presenters. That's now illuminated like it's come straight from Vegas. I don't know where the budget's come from, Ollie, for this.
Well, it's like a mini Riyadh season here tonight, I think it's described. Looking at the card tonight, we've got some fantastic bouts. WBC main event, huge title fight for Khan and Griffiths. It should steal the show, shouldn't it?
It should do. I mean, big night for Umar Khan, WBC youth title. Like you do fight for these development titles early in their career, and of course he's getting the chance to grab a WBC belt before his cousin Hamza Shiraz, who fights for the WBC middleweight in February 21 against, was it Carlos Adames?
That's right. So looking down the card as well, we got Tino making his debut, but another one of Frank Warren's fighters, Ruth Huntley, making her debut tonight. Yeah,
usually when you talk of them with the old West Ham amateurs, you think of the Claret and Blue and Mark Cader and all the great fighters of the yesteryear. And here we are, a female boxer coming out of the West Ham club. Brilliant to see. And I hope a lot more of the girls from the West Ham club develop and come onto these shows.
You know, female fighting has really been put on the map over the last few years. We saw the first female title fighter we had recently, Sky Nicholson and Raven Chapman. Ruth Huntley out here flying the flag tonight. It's great for female boxing, isn't it?
It's brilliant, and you know what we're seeing now with female boxing, it's evolving, mushrooming with every month that passes. And then what we're going to get in boxing is more and more of these rivalries that, you know, like Katie Taylor, Chantal Cameron. It's like rivalries, but with more young girls turning over, we're going to get these rivalries where they'll have 3-4 fights, and hopefully Ruth Huntley will be in a rivalry soon. And we in 5-6 years' time, we're talking about her having a great rival.
Done a bit of sparring with Sky Nicholson, I believe, as well. Looking further down the card, we're looking at Mason Payne, Christian Fetty. These are young fighters, up-and-coming fighters. How important are these York Hall shows to these young prospects?
Incredibly important for their development. As much, you know, the 2 most important thing is getting experience of all these different arenas, big halls, small halls, in them first 10-15 fights. That's almost as important as the matchmaking, where you have to fight every style, you know, southpaws, orthodox, awkward, people that come to fight in that stage, in that early infancy in your career.
And York Hall again absolutely lit up tonight. The platform these fighters have on this newly relaunched Box Nation is priceless experience.
It's brilliant. We always said that in Box Nation Mark 1, that these sort of York Hall nights, the experience of them, the exposure it gains these fighters. You know, they're on an amazing platform, one of the greatest platforms that's ever come for boxing. And I know I'm biased, but that's a fact. And yeah, it's magnificent for them all.
So fantastic to hear from you, Steve. Plenty from you to come tonight. Let's bring in Alfie Warren from Warren Boxing Management. Alfie, how are you, sir?
I'm all good, Steve.
Alfie, good
all
to see you.
All the better seeing old Steve Lillis, mate.
Old? Bit less of the old, bit less of the old.
Oh, listen, brilliant to have you back on. Really is.
Alfie, another huge night for Warren Boxing Management tonight. Looking around at the setup, me and Steve were just saying, huge advancements in the setup over the last few years with these York Hall shows, and Box Nation is starting 2025 with a bang.
Oh, without that, we're just starting where we left off last year, and you know, the production has been put into these shows. You know, the investment, everything. It's been brilliant. We had a good first year last year, and now we're flying, and it's so good to have this brand back on the mainstream, because it is. It's one of the most recognisable brands of boxing in the world, Box Nation. I started at Box Nation. I mean, you remember, Steve, when I was working with Bernie Draper whipping at the Box Nation shows and all that. So it means a lot to me that to see how it's evolved, and but I mean, that's the way boxing is now. Everything like since the Riyadh season, it's just Las Vegas, like, but they took it up another level, like from Las Vegas and all that. So, but I'm really excited for 2025. It's going to be a busy year. Got so much talent coming through, some of the best in the country as well. And it's, you know, I love York Hall. It's not just going to be in York Hall. We're going to be up and down the country all year. So I can't wait, you know, just to have all that talent around the country being showcased on, you know, one of the best brand, not one of the best brand, Box Nation.
And I look at Box Nation, and we spoke before, Alfie. Your Uncle Frank started the brand. I can tell just from the way you're talking there, it means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Oh, we had some brilliant times. I mean, Steve will tell you, you know, I mean, there's loads of stories, you know, from Box Nation. Really good, funny stories, and really good times with good people. And you know, to see it, you know, when Frank went with TNT, you know, Box Nation fizzled out, and to see it back on, you know, it's brilliant. And we've got to do Frank and everyone proud, and all my family proud, and carry it on up to the standard of, you know, what they set years ago. And I think 2025, looking at the schedule and everything we got there, I think we're well on our way of doing that.
And it's developing with the fighters as well, because if you look at the early cards from the Box Nation shows last year, it was very much built around the young prospects. It still is that, but we're now looking at 5 Queensberry fighters on the show tonight, so it's going up a level now. Yeah,
of course it is. Without that, we're getting some, you know, major talents coming on, and you know, you'll be surprised at some of the names that are going to be popping up on the shows. It really is going to be, you know, it is. It's going to be some. Like these shows are the calibre of fighters that are going to come on. Sorry, getting tongue-tied there. But yeah, the calibre of fighters you're going to see coming on, you know, that will be for terrestrial TV. You know, not a YouTube streaming channel. But you know, apart from the Queensberry lot, you know, we've got our guys, WBM, everything, and the title fights that we've got on now, you know, they're not like, which we do love, like Southern area title fights and all that, but like international title fights, Commonwealth title fights, you know. It's really going in a big way. Do you know what? It's got bigger faster than what I thought it would be. It really, really has. And you know, I just can't thank all the guys, you know, from Box Nation, putting their trust in us for us to deliver that content and all that. It's a privilege.
And when you look at the main event tonight, me and Steve were saying earlier, Callum versus Griffiths, WBC youth title, we feel like it's going to steal the show tonight. What do you think? Oh,
without that, it's a great matchup. Umar Khan is on a great run. I've always rated Umar as well, cousin to Hamza Shiraz, so you know, he's you know, they've got fighting in their blood. And this is, you know, he wasn't scheduled to be the main event tonight. Obviously, Bear Meta had the visa issues with his opponent, but he'll be rescheduled on February the 15th. But lucky for Umar Khan that is, because now he steps up and he's in the limelight. He's headlining on Box Nation. Something, when I spoke to him about it, he said something that when he was a little kid, he dreamed of doing. So, you know, that's a box ticked off for him. And, you know, a win for the youth title for this one, he goes on to bigger and better things with Queensberry, and you know, I know they've all got their eye on him. I know they've all got the faith in him, and it's a good matchup for him. But if he's anything as what Queensberry think he is, he'll come through it.
Looking at Umar Khan, like you say, he wasn't originally scheduled to main event tonight. He is now, but boxing's all about opportunities and taking them when they come, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you know, I don't being around him yesterday, even at the weigh-in, like, because obviously that fight got called off on Thursday, so he's quickly bumped up to the main event very, very quickly. So, and you know, that could be a pressure on some fighters, but he's taken it in his stride. He's cool, calm, collective, and you know, I think that's given him a bit more edge now to go in there and put on a bigger show now. All eyes on Umar Khan.
Steve and I were also talking about Ruth Huntley making her debut tonight. Big things expected from her. She's done some sparring with Sky Nicholson. We know what a talent she is. How far can Ruth go?
Yeah, Ruth could go very, very far. And then, you know, we manage her WBM, so I'm very, very pleased to have her debut on Box Nation. She signed with Queensberry, so you know, I would have loved her to go on one of the big shows, but for selfish reasons, I'm really, really glad that she's on our show. And yeah, no, she's really been touted as one of the, you know, next big things in female boxing. A lot of people are after her, so we was really privileged to get her signature. It really, really was. And you know, Queensberry got a coup with her, We sat down with George when we had our meeting. They've got big plans for her. She's just got to get this debut out of the way, and then it's, you know, onwards and upwards. No slip-ups today, and, you know, she's got a bright future ahead.
Alfie, Warren, thank you so much for your time. Steve, we'll talk to you more shortly. We're now going to head over to Mark Burdis, our MC, to get tonight's action underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to viewers of Box Nation, the channel of champions. Please welcome into the ring from Bradford, Yorkshire, Ryan Leorne.
Well, a very good evening and a warm welcome to York Hall in Bethnal Green from ringside with myself, Darren Rees, and with Ben Fale as well. It is a pleasure to be back so early here in 2025. It's normally a quiet boxing month, not this time round, and the man making his way to the ring at this present moment is Ryan Leorne, and we'll tell you a little bit more about him when the first bell goes.
And please welcome into the ring from Chichester, Iman Zahmatkesh.
And this is Iman Zahmatkesh.
Sponsored by Advest and Gladius, are proud to present our first bout this evening. It's a 3-minute round contest in the cruiserweight division. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner, having his 26th contest this evening, weighing 207 pounds 4 ounces. Tonight he wears the white shorts with a black trim. Please welcome from Bradford, Yorkshire, Ryan Leorne. And across the ring in the blue corner with one win from one by way of knockout, weighing 205 pounds 8 ounces. And tonight he wears the black shorts. Please welcome from Chichester, Iman Zahmatkesh. Your referee charges to the referee now giving his final instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for 3-minute rounds. Second out, round 1.
Well, here we go, bout 1 of the evening, here at the famous York Hall in the East End. Ryan Leorne in the white shorts with the red St George's crossing them in the black boots, facing Iman Zahmatkesh from Chichester, originally from around an amazing story, an inspiring story for him to go through what he's been through and to come out and be a professional fighter here in his second pro fight in the black shorts and in the black boots as well. Getting off to an aggressive and fast start, Ben.
Yeah, he is, but he has come out, he's very relaxed, he's not rushing anything, he's looking for the right shot.
Ryan Leorne is a fighter who's been on the road for 25 fights. He was actually a good amateur and won a couple of ABA competitions, championships, and tends to does pretty well at those types of fighters who try and load up with him. He's kind of got good vision and head movement and knows exactly where to kind of get himself in the right place and not get caught.
Yeah,
he's got the boxing ability.
Yeah, he's got good feet, he's moving around lovely, good defence. You can see it starting to warm up a little bit here.
Zahmatkesh landed a decent right hook over the top there, which just knocked Leorne off balance for a very short moment, but he's straight back into it in that southpaw stance. Zahmatkesh keeping busy, just constantly throwing something, making Leorne think at all times. But he's putting the pressure on and making sure his back touches the rope at almost every moment of this opening round.
Doing some really smart work here, touching the head, touching the body, but he's not going all out, he's really touching them up here and looking for the right shots. Really impressive work.
Good body shots there by Iman Zahmatkesh. Straight left hand got through there from Ryan Leorne. Zahmatkesh just kind of shrugs it off and gets back to business.
He's not giving him a second to breathe here.
Decent right hook to the body, followed it up upstairs, and the body shots are really started to sink in here as we go to the last 30 seconds of this opening round. This one's scheduled for 4 in the cruiserweight division. Big heavy right hook there from Zahmatkesh.
I think Ryan's starting to feel them shots around the side now. He's really finding the target. Ended his first round.
But the theme of that one, Ben, was Zahmatkesh just had one motion, one movement, and it was just forward, wasn't it? And he didn't give him a moment to breathe, didn't give him a moment to kind of just get himself together and start doing some of the stuff which he's good at. Yeah. Now, that stuff that he's good at is surviving, but surviving in the right way. But he's making it difficult for him tonight, isn't he? Yeah,
he's on a search and destroy mission here. Like you said, he's on a... he's on a search and destroy mission here. But he's doing some really smart work as well. He's not just throwing all big bombs. He's touching head and body. He's touching, looking for the right shot, and he's finding the targets around the side. I think that might be the shot he finds tonight, and I can't see this going the full contest.
It's looking pretty unlikely. Zahmatkesh is certainly looking like he wants to make sure that he's not getting paid for overtime.
No.
Round 2.
And here we go, a real good crowd in here for early in January. Brilliant to see, and that was a big unforgiving straight right hand to the body from Zahmatkesh, who starts this round in the same way that he finished the last round, and that is going forward. Those body shots, we can hear them from just a couple of feet away. They're nasty, aren't they, Ben?
Yeah, he's really finding the target. Like I said, I think he's touching him really nice. He's looking for the shots. But again, like you said, this Ryan's smart. He knows what he's doing. He knows his way around the ring.
Alan Gray in the corner of Ryan Leorne. Won the Southern Area title here a good few years ago. A good fighter himself. Zahmatkesh just biting down on that gum shield. Eyes on the prize though. Trying to get his man out of there. Nice right uppercut straight up the middle of the guard from Zahmatkesh. Solid right hand which really thumped the left glove of Ryan Leorne. And even though it hit the glove, that would have sent vibrations through his body without doubt. And there's still a long way to go in this round. And I've got to say, the body language of Leorne has changed quite considerably in comparison to the opening round.
Yeah, when you've got a man in front of you that won't take a step back and is just coming as relentless as Iman is, it's soul destroying. Especially for a man who's just trying to survive and see the end go. He's throwing some nice shots back here though.
Oh, great right hook over the top there from Zahmatkesh, who still takes his time, doesn't get messy. But Leorne comes back and fires a couple of shots of his own.
Doesn't want to come predictable here, throwing that same shot. He wants to get back to mixing it up and down and doing that lovely work he was doing in the first. Yeah, lovely.
It's that big chopping right hook which is working so well for Zahmatkesh.
Oh.
There it is again, just touching him up with the jab on top of the head and then just sinks that big, horrible right hook in over and over again. But like you say, doesn't want to just become readable, does he, with the same shot? But they are getting through.
They are.
Well, fair play to Ryan Leorne. He's made it through that second round there, even though he did start to look very tired by the second part of it. And Zahmatkesh, just consistent. I think that's the word to use for him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Consistently working, consistently just chipping away, trying to get those shots off, and just chucking in those big, powerful, horrible right hands over and over again. But what would you like to see him doing a little bit different? And what do you want to see added into that attack?
Look, he's doing some nice work and he's got a game plan. I think he's stepping to him, he's holding pressure on him. It'd be nice to see him maybe throw a few jabs out there, up and down, you know, to mix up a little bit, getting thinking long range to short. But what he's doing is lovely work. He's chopping him around the side, head and body, looking for the one through the middle. Everything he's doing is working, really, really nice work at the moment.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, here we go, the penultimate round of this one. Can Iman Zahmatkesh get the job done here in the third round? And there goes that big right hook which he throws so well.
It's almost sometimes at the start of a fight and you get so much success with one shot, you end up looking for it over and over again. But for him, they don't seem to miss.
There's certainly been some accurate work from Zahmatkesh over and over again. Haven't got a stat machine in front of me, but I'd say a good 90+% of the punches which he's thrown have landed in some sort of capacity, whether that's on the gloves or behind the gloves. And just as I'm talking there, two big right hands get sunk into the midsection of Ryan Leorne. And there goes a third one, and these might be the shots which he eventually gets him out of there with. Zahmatkesh's debut ended in round 1 here, as I said in the intro, and that was over pretty quick, and that was due to those body shots which he throws well. Certainly is the best shot he's got in his armour.
You can see he hits very, very hard. It's Ryan. He's got a tough opponent in front of him that ain't scared to mix up with him either. But yeah, you can see his punches hard. You can see he could probably stop him at any time.
Lovely right uppercut landed just a moment ago. Ryan Leorne, you've got to give him the credit because he's riding punches well. And yeah, he is getting hit, but he certainly knows how to survive, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, tough man. Like you said though, he's got an experienced coach in the corner telling him the right thing to do. But yeah, very, very tough man.
Nice. Right hands over and over again, just above our commentary position here in Bethnal Green.
He's finding that body shot lovely.
He's switched over now, hasn't he,
yeah.
Zahmatkesh, from that right side and just chucking that lead hook under the right elbow of Ryan Leorne.
He's really starting to mix his punch up now. It's nice to see. He's adapted and he's finding the shots.
Leorne just coming back with bits and pieces, nothing which is going to cause any problems for Zahmatkesh by the looks of it, but he's just letting him know that he's still there and he's a live opponent.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of them opponents that you don't want to make too many mistakes because he will capitalise on it.
I was speaking to Danny Wilson of Boxing Science, who works with a lot of different fighters, and Iman Zahmatkesh has been working with him for quite a while. And preparing for commentary this evening, I said, what can you tell me about him? He said he's one of the most dedicated and determined fighters I've ever met. He lives in Chichester near Portsmouth, and he drives to Sheffield and back to do sessions with Danny. It's a 12-hour round trip.
Really?
12-hour round trip to get the work
dedication.
In. And he said that naturally he's not a cruiserweight, so he's had to put on a lot of lean muscle. But he looks good, doesn't he? He looks in good shape.
He does. I think you can see he's in good shape. Obviously, that dedication comes out in the way he fights because he really wants to try and get him out of there, and he's stepping to him every second of the fight he can.
Well, if he is going to get another stoppage, this is the round and the only round left to do it. But Leorne just got through with a straight left down there.
Oof.
But it seems every time Leorne does get through with something, it just encourages and boosts the confidence and the energy levels and the grit and the determination even more of Zahmatkesh as he just lands a couple of shots there on the far
Leorne just letting him know he's still there, still got to be switched on, but he's really throwing some heavy shots this round. He don't want to see that final bell.
Sound's gone. Mike's gone.
Finding that right hand over the top again, he's really looking for them shots. Really nice work.
Can you hear stuff in the headphones? Apologies if you lost sound there, just a technical issue at ringside, but we're back to business as we go into the last minute of this round, and been some good work from Zahmatkesh here. Leorne certainly ain't going anywhere, and he's probably fought back more in this round than he has in any of them.
I think that's not out of choice. I think he has to, because Iman's really upped his work rate here, and he's looking for the stoppage. Real good effort from both fighters here. Really good.
It's been an impressive performance by both, and I think Ryan Leorne has done unbelievably well to stay in there for the whole 4 rounds. And Zahmatkesh hasn't exactly had it all his own way. There's been some shots which have come back, but it most certainly has been 4 Iman Zahmatkesh rounds, who will undoubtedly move to 2-0. That was a good, solid performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Plenty of stuff you liked.
Great stuff, really good work. I think sometimes going the whole fight isn't the worst thing in the world. It's a good skiddy experience him. He'd learn a lot from them 4 rounds, having such a tough man in front of him. He's going to take a lot away from that.
All these fights are learning fights. No matter what the outcome, how many rounds they go, every single time someone walks away from the ring, there is something which they will remember, which they would have got better at, which they know they will need to improve on, or whatever it is. But let's get the official decision from our MC, Mark Burtis.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Leorne, scores the contest 40 points to 36. The winner in the blue corner from Chichester, Iman, Zahmatkesh. And a round of applause for the gallant Ryan Leorne.
How are you, mate? All good?
Yo, boss.
These are?
We're going to go to the wedding.
No, he'll bring him in.
How are you, right?
Yeah, all good, mate, yeah. Good to be back. Good to be back. I hate it normally in January when there's...
So Iman Zahmatkesh gets the victory to open us up tonight here at York Hall. Iman, congratulations on your victory. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. There's lots of things to work on, obviously, but got the win. That's the main thing.
Was that a great learning experience for you? A tricky southpaw like that in only his second fight, who's maybe better than his record suggests?
Yeah, it's just like the thing is coming there to survive. We're constantly tucking in, so it's hard to take someone out, and they're just coming there to survive. But yeah, overall, I'm not pleased with my performance. Could have put shot better together, but when someone just coming there to stay there and want to hold you, so you can't do much.
A very tricky opponent in there for you tonight. Very durable. Took a lot of punishment.
Yeah, he took some good punch, to be honest, fair play to him. But and he's against southpaw, which I haven't had many sparring southpaw this camp, so lots of things to work on. So yeah, looking forward.
Iman, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy your evening. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much. God bless. Congratulations.
Well, Steve, a good victory for Iman tonight, but a very, very durable opponent.
Yeah, durable opponent, and someone like when Iman was going to the body, he was doing well. You know, when someone like Ryan Leorne, when you go headhunting against them, they read what's coming, and that's what got him through the fight. But if he'd gone to the body a bit more, he may have forced the stoppage. But look, maybe he's beating himself up a bit too much. You see Ryan Leorne's record, and he's not as bad as that record suggests.
Back to our MC, Mark Madis.
Sorry, mate.
Well, here comes Robin Zamora from Nicaragua, an experienced and well-seasoned, tough journeyman. And let me tell you, this man is seriously tough. The last person who managed to get him out within the distance was the talented Luke McCormack here at York Hall. But I've seen him many, many times, and he's one of those fighters who just doesn't seem to go anywhere. And I'm he'll be doing plenty more of that this evening.
And from Kent, please welcome into the ring, Naylor.
And listen to that noise. That noise is for this man, Mason Payne from Maidstone. Made his debut here in August last year on a Denzel Bentley undercard. He won that comfortably on points against a very good away corner fighter in Jean-Henri Mosquera. He competed in the amateurs and was a very good amateur as well. And as you can tell, he has got some seriously good support. The noise in here has gone up tenfold.
With our sponsors at Aakashdeep and Griffiths, now present our next bout this evening. It's a 4 3-minute round contest in our welterweight division. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with 21 wins, 10 by way of knockout, 35 losses. Tonight weighing in 154 pounds, wearing the black and orange shorts. Please welcome from Spain, by way of Nicaragua, Zamora! And moving across into the blue corner with 1 win for 1, weighing 151 pounds, 4 ounces. And tonight he wears the red and white shorts. Please welcome from Kent, Mason Payne! Instructions. Okay, 4-round contest. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 3-minute rounds. Round 1.
Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to ringside here at Your Call with myself, Darren Rees. Tonight I'm joined by the Fail twins. You'd have heard Ben Fail on the last bout, now joined by twin brother Carl. Carl, good to have you ringside. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Really looking forward to this fight. This Nicaraguan, he's a tough fighter, really. I think his record speaks for himself, and look at that straight away, meaning business.
Seriously tough fighter is the man in the black and orange shorts from Nicaragua, Robin Zamora. Takes the game very seriously, was here super early and shadowboxing in that ring, which you don't often see the away corner fighters, journeymen, journeywomen do. But everywhere he goes, he seems to check the ring out, make sure that he's happy with where he is. And he's in there against Mason Payne of Maidstone in the red shorts with the white cross, making his second professional fight, who's got big support here and will be looking to impress the many people who have come out on this cold January evening.
Yeah, very good boxer, young prospect. Looking forward to seeing how he develops. He's got a tough challenge here tonight. Yeah, very promising.
Carl, when you've got a fighter like Robin Zamora who just leaps at you at times, what would you say the best thing is to do? How do you deal with that? Is it stick to your boxing, or do you treat him with the same stuff?
Look, you have to stick to your boxing. You have to work behind your jab. You don't want to play into his game. His game, he wants to get in there, rough you up, make it a horrible, messy fight, tire you out. I think Mason's got to stick behind his jab here, box smart. It's only the first round. He can ease his way in and break this fight down. But like we said, this guy's tough. He means business.
He does, and Payne just seems to be getting into his groove a little bit now, finding his feet. He's relaxed. That noise, that adrenaline rush from walking to the ring with all those people screaming for him has settled, and he's getting to his boxing, just boxing nicely out of that orthodox stance, following his man around the ring. And Zamora doesn't seem to be having as much success as he tries to make those entrances, which he did in the opening 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, that's perfect, just boxing behind his jab there. Doesn't have to do anything crazy. It can be hard at times with this crowd, as you can hear, it's so loud. But it's just about staying calm and boxing behind that jab. The shots will come. The way this guy fights, it's inevitable. It's just about being smart and being patient. Nice. Well, that's where he has to be careful of there. Don't want to get in the mix, just wants to box behind his jab. Don't get involved.
Zamora is double game tonight. He has 21 wins on his record, and you can see why he's got 21 wins on his record, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. He's got a few knockouts as well, so look, he's dangerous. And Mason's a young lad, young prospect. He's got to be careful.
Only second fight as well.
Second fight.
That's big guts in it to get in there with someone of that experience who's obviously done some good stuff.
Of course, he's almost got like a 50-50 record, and so you can call him a journeyman, but he's almost I like to call him a road warrior. He doesn't just come to turn over and lose. He wants to turn up. He wants to try. If he can beat you, he will beat you.
I love that, road warrior. I'm writing that one down. Some of them are. Some of these away corner fighters, the guys and girls on the road, what incredibly tough people they are, and Robin Zamora is another one of those. But Mason Payne doing well in the opening round there.
I would just like to see him be a little bit smarter, a little bit, not get hit. You can see this Nicaraguan, he's trying to draw him into a fight. He's just got to be smarter and box behind his jab. He don't really have to take any risks.
Payne said he'd absolutely love to have a fight in Maidstone or somewhere close by in Kent. You've got Sean and Sam Noakes, they would sell some tickets. Obviously you've got himself, and I think Moses Atama is from that way as well. He's here in attendance tonight, I believe.
Yeah, all top level fighters there, bunch of talented lads.
Nice. Good right uppercut there from Payne. Just snapped the head back of Zamora.
It's all coming off the jab. You see, when he's working behind his jab, he just seems to be getting the shots are coming off.
Would I be right in saying, Cole, that Payne's got that distance just nice now, isn't he?
That's it.
It took him a little while to find that because of the way the Zamora fights, didn't it?
Yeah, he's found his range now. And like I said, it's just behind the jab. He's keeping it simple, keeping to his boxing, not getting involved, not doing anything. Sometimes you can be in there and you want to please the crowd a little bit, and you get into a fight, but you don't have to. Not of a tough man like this who's come to cause an upset. Look at that! Wow.
Now that was a wild swing and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very good feet Mason's got. Very good feet.
Well, halfway round the second round, and the referee just having a quick chat with both fighters. What about? I'm not sure. But that was a decent straight right hand, which just crept through there from Mason Payne. Zamora is quite dangerous, Carl, when you get in close to him, isn't he? That's when he really starts swinging wildly. He's got quite a nice, tidy uppercut, which he likes to throw out the middle of the guard.
So I feel like Mason's doing really well to sort of cancel that out. As he's coming in, Mason's just sort of hitting him with a couple of shots, adjusting his feet, and then getting back to his jab. Nice.
Payne not getting carried away, just little bits and pieces, little changes, constantly adjusting, setting up his shots. Big lunging lead hook from that southpaw stance of Zamora, but the feet of Payne got him out of trouble pretty quickly.
Nice. Very good feet from Payne.
But another good round there, Cole. What do you think Payne needs to do a little bit more of to try and have a higher percentage in terms of actually catching Zamora? Because he's throwing some good shots, but just because of the way that Zamora boxes, he's so erratic, he kind of bounces in and out and sideways. He's quite tough to hit, isn't he?
Listen, I think Payne's doing really well, to be honest. What I'd like to see is I'd like to see him maybe mix up the shots a little bit more, get Robin thinking, go to the head, to the body, mixing up with a few more feints. But I think behind the jab, I think other than that, he's doing really well. I think his feet, his jab and that, it's working really well. Like I said, I think if he mixed it up head and body a little bit more, it maybe would get Robin thinking about up and down and maybe dropping his
changing his levels and so on. I've got to say that Mason Payne, for this being his only second professional fight. He looks like a very mature, very disciplined fighter in there.
Let me just say as well, this Robin getting stopped by Luke McCormack, you can't take a lot away from that because Luke McCormack is a very special talent. So Payne doing the distance here, this guy is very tough and very game, as you can see.
And Payne psychologically up for this. You can see the focus on his eyes, and every time that he hears a big cheer from his loved ones and the people who have brought a ticket to come and see him, it drives him on a little bit more each time as he just plugs away here in the centre of the ring at York Hall. And Zamora just grabbing hold of him there. I hope that doesn't become a theme because this has been quite entertaining to watch. The last thing we need is a cuddle contest.
Yeah. That's it, get back behind the jab. I think most of his best work from Payne comes from when he's working behind that jab.
Good footwork there from Payne, changing directions. Not for a moment in this fight has he stayed in the same place for any amount of time, really. He's just been constantly on the move. Mind you, he hasn't had a choice. Zamora just been gliding around the outskirts of the ring.
Nice. I think this is the first time Zamora's took a step back. Nice there, it's just that change of level. I think it just gets him thinking a little bit more.
Those big wild shots of Zamora's come so often that Payne really has got to be careful that one of those doesn't get through, because he has stopped 10 people before, so he's obviously got a bit of power behind him.
Yeah, you can see why, can't you? I think if you switch off for a second.
Yeah, he's one of those fighters you've got to be on your A game, haven't you? 100% focused at all times.
That's it. And that's what these guys are here for. They're here to sort of bring that out of you. You have to be switched on. They're going to grab you like now. They're going to tie you up, rough you up a little bit.
Frustrate you, aren't they?
Definitely.
Payne stalking Zamora now, but as I said about a minute ago, I hope these grabbing hold scenarios don't become a theme, and there's been a couple of them already. And Zamora might be feeling the pace of Mason Payne.
Just turned it up there. That's just the experience there of Zamora, just holding on the last 10.
He knows exactly what he's doing at every moment of the round, doesn't he? But I think Payne handled it well.
I think so. He looked very calm and composed in that.
It must be quite easy to just get carried away when you've got so many people cheering for you, because you want to put on a show, don't you? You want that highlight reel stoppage.
Yeah, like I said, he's got great support here tonight, and it can be very easy to get carried away and try get the stoppage for your fans. But I think what he's doing here is really well. He seems, as the rounds have gone on, he's breaking him down, and you can see with Robin now, he's starting to go on the back foot as the rounds are going on now, and Payne just starting to slowly press onto him, work a little bit more. I think on the fourth round now, he's really going to push on, and yeah.
Well said, that man. Got it, 8th professional round for Mason Payne, and goodness knows how many for Robin Zamora. Really well timed, straight right hand and left hook which landed. Zamora comes back with that left hook to the body. Oh, I tell you what, Zamora got through with a lead hook there, and that was a quick reminder that he was still there. tell you what, Carl, I think no matter how many of these road warriors that Mason Payne fights, I reckon Robin Zamora will be one of the toughest he ever fights.
Definitely.
He's earned his money tonight, that's for sure.
He's just starting to get a bit closer now, trying to hold him, tie him up, just get through this last round. That's it.
It was a good right uppercut which Payne caught Zamora with. Just as Zamora took a little step forwards, he timed it nicely.
You can see Payne now, he's starting to want to pick up the work rate and pick up the tempo, and Zamora's just sort of cancelling that now, trying to hold on. Look, just trying to grab, there you go. Now it's down to Payne to put the work in here.
Great little left hook under the right elbow of Robin Zamora, who is still fighting back and still making life very difficult for Mason Payne here in his second professional contest. Do you think Zamora's feeling the pace now?
Definitely, you can see it in him now. He's just trying to sort of survive, but then again, look at that, you just have to be careful at all times with him. He's certainly dangerous at any moment, even if he is getting tired. But I think Payne's boxed very well tonight against a very tough road warrior. I don't like to call these guys journeymen because I think when they come in here, they're not coming here just to roll over. These guys are trying to win. Look at that. Big shootout in the last 10 seconds.
A great ending to this bout, and both fighters have put on a really good show. And
well done.
Zamora catches Mason Payne just after the bell there, and Payne looks at him and just smiles. He knows he's done well here, but Zamora was seriously tough in there, and he just smiles away at him. Just find some of these people the most fascinating characters, how they can be in there just having an absolute war, and then it's all laughs afterwards, isn't it?
I was going to say that. I thought in the third round he was almost smiling, like he was enjoying it.
That was a good fight. I really enjoyed that. And the many people looking around at the balcony here at York Hall, the many people in here enjoyed that as well. Brilliant to see how busy it is.
Yes, it's only the second fight and it's pretty much packed out now already, ain't it?
Gotta love it. Well, let's get the official announcement, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Sean McAvoy, scores a contest 39 points to 37. The winner in the blue corner from Kent, Mason Payne. And please, a round of applause for the brave and gallant Robin Zamora.
But there we go, Mason Payne gets it, Carl. Deserved, but he certainly didn't have it all his own way, did he?
That's it. They both earned their money tonight. It was a great fight. I think Payne can learn a lot from this. That's what these guys are in there for. They're in to develop these young prospects and help them build onto the next fight. That was a very tough fight for his second pro fight, and I think he can learn a lot from it and build from it.
He can look back at that performance and be, I'm sure he can be very pleased with it. But he's just making his way over to Ollie now, so Ollie will catch up with him.
There we have it, Mason Payne, second fight of the night, comprehensive victory. Mason, good performance?
Yeah, it was alright, not too bad, not my best, but it was alright, we got the job done.
Yeah. Mason, did you have to, very early in the fight, you were reading them long right hands that were coming?
They was coming, weren't they? It was coming. Just missing by a fineness and margin, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
me and Steve were saying ringside watching the fight, we liked the matchup. The reason we like the matchup is because someone so early in their career, second professional fight, second professional win, it's good to get tested a bit, no?
Yeah, cool. So obviously, we get tested in the gym all the time though. So I'd rather put on a better performance, but we've got the job done, so that's all that matters.
Fantastic. And your manager, Francis Warren, is in with us. Francis, we were just saying to Mason, we like the matchup. We like to see fighters tested a little bit so early in their career.
Yeah, listen, the debut was spectacular. Tonight was a bit more of a bit trickier. Listen, it's been a bit stop-start in terms of getting dates and getting going. I think I maybe showed a little bit tonight in terms of getting the first round. I thought it was a little bit of a slow start, but once you got going, started getting your jab off. I think it was a good performance, solid performance after a little bit of a gap. And the main aim of the game now is to get you out very, very quickly and get some momentum going because these guys, they go from transition from amateurs into pros. From amateurs, they're fighting so regularly, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm in the gym, haven't got a date, haven't got this, haven't got. So now, the aim of the game is we're going to get out again. It's going to be April 17th, so we know exactly what we're doing. A couple of weeks off, then back in, and then go again. And the aim of the game is 6 fights this year.
Yeah, but France's ambitious matchmaking though, wasn't it? Zamora's been here last year, went the distance with Travis Walters, Kieran Malloy, men that are a lot further on in their career than Mason. Does that show your belief in Mason?
100%. I thought his debut was one of the best I've ever seen in my long years in this business. Long years in this business. And we just wanted to carry on that momentum. There's no point in going in with people who's going to blast out in a round. I think those days of old school matchmaking of getting knockouts just for the fun of knockouts, they're long gone. That guy's a genuine guy at weight, caused a few problems, and that's what we want to see. We want to see what he deals, how he deals with the pressure. Can he adapt? And tonight he did that. It wasn't, he'd tell you, it wasn't the best performance, but he got the job done, and sometimes that's what it's about.
Do you think you're being a little bit hard on yourself? You were critical a little bit of your own performance.
Listen, you're your worst critic at the end of the day. I know how much better I am than what I performed, so that's all I'm going to say. But also, what I've noticed, everyone's got an hard head. These little gloves is completely different. It's completely different. But yeah.
Honestly and truthfully, no, he's adapting fantastically well as a pro, and it's not just the fight, the training and the fighting and the fight nights. It's all the other bits and pieces going, media commitments and the tickets and all the rest of it. And everything he's been asked to do, he's done. And he's a consummate professional. He's got a terrific team around him. His old man's an absolute diamond. Love him to bits. And most importantly, this guy wants it badly. And I know he'll get there. All he's got to do is carry on doing what he's doing. Listen to his coaching team. Listen to half of what I say and everything his dad says, and he'll be all right.
Only half of what you say.
Only half of what I say. The rest of it's bullshit.
I'd like to thank all my sponsors and all the people who come out here. Tough time of year, and I still sold a fair few tickets, so thank you everyone. Thanks for all the sponsors. It's going to be a big 2025.
Well listen, Mason, Francis, congratulations. It's now time to throw back to our MC, Mark Burtis.
Please welcome into the ring from India, Aakashdeep Singh.
Well, here comes the fighter in the away corner from India, Aakashdeep Singh, which with what I believe is an Indian Team India boxing jersey on. I was down at the Under-19 World Championships in Colorado at the end of last year, and they look very, very similar. And let me tell you, Indian boxing is booming. The Indian team did incredibly well and cleaned up.
Welcome into the ring from London, Tino.
And here comes Tino Bellot from London. This is his professional debut, and you only get one of them. He's a former Dale Youth and England boxer who won multiple national titles and a gold on the international stage. He also had a good fight with Alois Jr. in the amateurs. He's another very welcome addition to the British cruiserweight scene. That is for sure.
are proud to present the next bout this evening, which is a 4 3-minute rounds contest in the Cruiserweight division. Firstly, in the red corner, with 4 wins, 1 by way of knockout, 2 losses and a draw, weighing in 193 pounds 6 ounces, and tonight he wears the black shorts with red trim. Please welcome from India, Aakashdeep Singh. And moving over into the blue corner, tonight he makes his professional debut, weighing 199 pounds 4 ounces, and he wears the silver shorts with black trim. Please welcome from London, Tino. Your referee in charge is Leorne, now giving his final instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 3-minute rounds.
Takes out round 1.
Well, here we go. This one scheduled for 4 in the Cruiserweight division. Aakashdeep Singh from India in the black shorts with the red trim. And Tino from London in the grey and black shorts with the white boots. Here in his professional debut, will be well up for this. He will be absolutely doing everything he can to make sure he impresses. He takes his training incredibly seriously, and following him on social media, he does a lot of the right things and does them very well. A good start. And I should say, my co-commentator again is Ben Fail.
I'm back. Yeah, I've heard very good things about this Tino. Yeah, he's supposed to be very, very good talent fighter, winning record on your debut. That says a lot, so it'll be interesting to see what he does tonight.
I think that left hook, which he just landed on Singh, hurt him a little bit. The legs dropped ever so slightly, and he just caught him with a decent left hook there.
Ooh.
It's good head and body movement here from Butler on the ropes just above our commentary position, who looks extremely composed in there, Ben.
Very composed, especially for your debut, you know. He's come out, he's boxing behind the jab, showing some slick moves straight away. Really impressive start.
Oof. Singh tried to throw a left hook, which landed and was caught in the right glove of Butler. And then he made him pay for it as he just smiles and lands a big nasty right uppercut. And you've got to say that Aakashdeep Singh does look out of his depths early on in this contest.
Well, he's a good fighter himself, but especially on your debut, to have someone come out and throw punches like this is exactly what you want. You know, they make openings. The worst thing you can get is someone just tucking up and running. So this is a very, very good opponent. And he's showing why, because he's catching him in the middle, he's throwing some nice shots here, lovely. Doing some really, really lovely work.
Butler just taking his time, gauging his distance.
Oof.
And that was a nice right hand, which didn't look that heavy, but sounded it as it landed.
He's finding the target earlier. Really, really nice composed work here from Tino. Really impressive.
But a good opening round there for Tino Bennett's debut. Very composed, very disciplined. Put his shots together nicely. Good shot variation. Certainly got through with a few. Impressed.
Very impressed. Even if you watch his defence work, punching off his defence, really nice work.
With his opponent, Aakashdeep Singh, I can't quite work out if he's a deer in the headlights, or that's just what he's like, just reading his body language. And he did take a few heavy shots, which we can see here in the action replay. And there were a couple of times which shots landed, and it looked like his soul left his body. He just thought, he didn't look like he wanted to be in there anyway.
No, like you said though, he comes from the Indian national team. He's going to be experienced himself. He's probably been in with some very experienced boxers. But Tino's shown some great work here.
Round 2.
Tino opens up this round looking incredibly relaxed, just popping that jab out, sinks that right hand into the body. Maintaining that distance. Lovely lead hook, straight right hand there. Lightning fast it was. Really good counter left hook he throws as well.
You've got to highlight his defence here. His defence and his work afterwards. Some really nice work.
He doesn't admire his work in any way, does he?
No.
And often, when people are quite early into their careers, they can do that, can't they? They can throw a good shot, land it, and then admire it and get caught, but Bellet doesn't. Lovely right uppercut there from the man from London. This is becoming a little bit like target practice for Tino Bellet.
And Singh is trying it. He's not come here just to roll over. He is trying, and Tino's just nullified all his work, and he's shown some really, really good combinations and punches.
He is, and I think what you picked up on is just that defence work doesn't look like the defence work of somebody making their professional debut. He looks like a seasoned fighter, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah. I think that's what's so impressive, his punch selection. Then the defence is some really nice work.
He's breaking Singh down now. And every time he lands a big, horrible, unforgiving shot, the facial expression seems to change from the Indian. But he's still in there, he's still rolling, he's still trying to get out of the way of those shots. He's barely thrown anything back this round, but he's still standing.
Nice uppercut there.
Every time that Singh throws a shot, Bellet's barely anywhere to be seen, is he?
And then he's straight back with some nice shots just like this on the ropes. Finding the target.
Another very comfortable round there for Tino Bellet, but Aakashdeep Singh is making himself pretty tricky to keep in one place or hit, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's good at kind of leaning on those ropes and just rolling and moving and just basically avoiding those big horrible punches. Yeah. He does it well.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Looking into the red corner, I've just been observing Singh just to see how he's breathing, and he doesn't seem to be out of breath or anything. He just seems to be.
He almost looks
riding
deflated.
a wave. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he just looks a bit deflated.
Yeah,
but
he does. Yeah.
But it just almost at times it looks like he's playing with him like a cat with a ball, the way that he just puts his hand on his head and then just follows up with shot after shot like that.
That's where Tino's best. He's behind the jab, he's boxing, he's finding the long shots, then it works him on the ropes lovely.
Every so often, Tino just laughs and there's a big smile from him. And I don't know if he's just laughing because he's thinking, you're a lot tougher than you look, mate.
Yeah, because he's hitting him a lot and he's hitting him hard.
He is. He's thinking, why aren't you going down?
Oof.
That left hook certainly landed from Tino.
Singh looks like he's a bit out of ideas here and he's just tucking up now, trying to wait for Tino to make a mistake.
Yeah, he's certainly run out of ideas. I don't know how much longer he can do the whole, his version of the rope-a-dope. But he's getting caught with some pretty heavy shots and you've got to tip your hat to him because how he's standing is quite remarkable, because from a couple of feet away they are big, heavy shots which Bellett's throwing and landing a lot of the time.
Oof.
Singh's got to throw something back here soon, because otherwise the ref is going to have to have a chat with him and say, if you don't, I'm going to stand in and call it off. Because
he looks like a beaten man right now. He looks like he's ready to fall over.
I think he'd probably quite like the ref to jump in, actually.
Yeah.
Although, I did see that he's already got a fight scheduled in Australia in a couple of weeks or a few weeks' time, so he's a man on his travels in the boxing world.
Yep.
But they'll keep him in there for this fourth and final round. The ref is just in that corner having a chat with him.
I think he might be saying what you've just said.
And you could bet your bottom dollar what he's what he's just said to him.
For a debut from Tino, I've got to say I'm very, very impressed. I've been in boxing a long time and I can spot talent when I see one, and he seems like a real talent.
Tidy, that's the way I describe him. He's really tidy, the way that his feet are, that his guard is, the way he throws his punches. A lot of his stuff is textbook, isn't it?
Yeah,
I use this analogy quite a lot. Is you're going to have a kid who comes into a gym sometimes, there's shots that people throw and you say, look at the way that this guy throws his left hook.
Yeah.
That's how you need to throw your left hook.
Yeah. Oof.
Big right hand to the body there from Bella, and Singh coming back.
There's that defence again that I spoke about earlier. I've got the way he keeps his range, you know, a lot of, especially on his debut, a lot of fighters would get smothered at work or try to rush for the stoppage. The way his defence is and keeping his range, it's lovely. Ref's having a little word with him there.
Tino straight back to business in the centre of the ring. Throwing an array of shots from an array of angles. Singh did get through with a right hand there. Not many of those he got through in 3.5 rounds. Bella just smiles as he still takes his time, stays disciplined and composed, and carries on with the same good work which he's been doing in the 3 previous rounds, and Singh looks like he's hanging on for dear life at times. And the shots have got no technique anymore. He's just throwing and hoping. As Butler just corners him once again.
It's out saying fight or flight. I think he's either got to throw or fall over. There's nothing else he can do. Tino's all over him like a rash and he's landing at will.
Singh's been hit to the body. Goodness knows how many times.
What a
and he's
tough
not
man.
taken any form of... Doesn't look like he's going to go down. No form of a knee has been taken.
He hasn't moved back too much. He hasn't tried to grab. Real tough man. He's here to fight.
He'll be pleased to know there's only 40 seconds left, but when you're in there with a fighter like Tino Butler, who is...
That's going to feel like all night.
It is. And the referee's got to jump in here, and he does so, and that is the dream debut for any fighter. Unbelievably disciplined from Tino Butler, the man from London, who put on a very good display of boxing here. Defensively brilliant. And I know some people will say, well, that's easy when you've got a certain calibre of fighter in front of you, but there is lots that he does very well, and I think the referee did exactly the right thing by jumping in when he did, because there was nothing coming back in the previous round, and in this round there was literally nothing at all, was there?
And he looked like a beaten man. Tino was landing at will. You know, that Singh, he's no joke either. You know, don't think he just come in here to roll over and take a beating, because he didn't. So Tino done a very, very good job of dismantling him there. Excellent debut. You can't ask for any better than that.
He'll be pleased with that. He'll be very pleased with that indeed. Well, let's get the official time from our MC, Mr. Mark Burdis.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 19 seconds of the fourth round, your referee Lee Every has stopped the contest. The winner by TKO in the blue corner from London, Tino Butler. And please a round of applause for the brave and gallant Aakashdeep.
Well, you've got to love that, haven't you? Just the way that he looked up at the balcony to a big group of his family and friends and just fist pumped the air. And the smiles on their faces as well. It means so much to him. Big moment making your debut, right?
Massive. He'll remember this night for the rest of his life. Especially the way it turned out. What a fight and what a win.
Very good win indeed. And like I say, a welcome addition to the British cruiserweight scene. We have got a serious cruiserweight scene. And in Europe, and when you look at it around the world as well, there are some tough contenders. And at all levels, you could make a fantastic tournament.
I think you're going to see him in the mix with them boys very soon.
I don't think it will take too long. But he's just making his way out of the ring now. And he's with Ollie.
Tino Bellart, you haven't just won on your debut, you've won via stoppage live on Box Nation. How you feeling?
Feel good, man. Obviously, you know, long camp, a lot of working. But it showed in the ring there. Do you know what I mean? We've been in the gym for about a year straight, working. No dates, but just kept at it. Performance showed, do you know what I mean? Probably about 40% of what I got. Kind of stepped up as the rounds went on. I was happy with it. You know, it's a win. Can't complain.
We got into that final minute of the final round. Did you think the stoppage was going to come? He was a tough guy.
No, you know what it is? He was a tough guy. I could see it coming. I was chipping away. As I said, about 40% of what I got in me. So we started building it up as the rounds went on. I saw him kind of blow from the third. Took my time learning. I'm learning on the job, so I was like, take your time, pick your shots. Gaps came. So I was happy.
me and you spoke, feels like a long time ago now. I interviewed you before you were supposed to make your debut originally. I think that was a Liverpool show, was it not? Or was it the one after, London one? Yeah, that was early last year. It feels like a long time ago now. Has it felt like a long time to you?
It has, but at the same time, kept my head down, kept chipping away in it. Date or no date, we've been in the gym, getting the rounds in, sparred world champs, British champs, European. Like we just kept on with the work in it, and we showed in the ring there. More performances to come hopefully next month, maybe March. We'll see. Keep an eye out.
I wasn't aware of your background of the last year, waiting for the fight and everything. I knew you was at Dow Youth. I remember reading an interview ages ago where you were talking at the Paris Olympics. So during that last 12 months waiting, did you ever get frustrated and think, blow this, I'm going to do something else in my life?
No. I know where I'm going to get to. It's more a matter of when. Do you know what I mean? I know where I'll be. I know the titles I'm going to win, how I'm going to win it. The more matter of just kind of being patient, being in the gym, being consistent in it. Because taking a week, a month off out the gym, you got to get that back. And in boxing, you got a short career. So you lose that month, make or break in a big fight. Do you know what I mean? So we just kept at it the whole time.
And Tino, we've spoken about the way that you won tonight, but how special is it to be fighting at your call on your debut?
It's wicked, man. Shout out to Box Nation, Warren Boxing Management. Massive crowd out here, so thank you to everyone. Performed, everyone came, showed support. I was happy. Hopefully they're happy. We'll see me again soon.
You shift a few tickets, don't you?
I've done alright, I've done not too bad, innit? Not too bad, so I'm happy, man. I'm grateful for everyone coming down, It's good. On to the next.
So when you look at the path you're on now, are there any names in mind that you'd like to face further down the road?
I don't really talk too much. It's more in the ring, performances will talk. You lot will do a talking on the outside about who should I fight, who would be a good fight. But I know no matter who I get in there with, I'm backing myself all the time. There's a couple good matches out there at cruiserweight. I'm not going to say any names, but I think it'll be a good division in a couple of years.
Hey, there's some good kids turning over. Hey, there's Trey Dewberry making headway. What about Pat Brown? That's got to be
another good one. There's a lot of talent, man. I could be here for an hour talking about a lot of talent I know coming through. But I know my work ethic, I know my talent. But we'll see when the fights, if the fights happen, when they happen, we're a treat for everyone to watch. So.
Well, listen, Tino, we won't keep you here for an hour. We know you want to go and celebrate. Congratulations. Go and see your fans. Enjoy your evening. Thanks. We'll see you again soon. Thank you so much, my man. And Steve, looking at a fighter like Tino making their debut here at York Hall live on Box Nation, what a huge moment for him.
Oh, fantastic moment. As the minute the fight ended, before we come back on air, you said, wow, a stoppage like that on your debut. Fantastic for him. But the moments like that, you only get one debut in life, whatever sport you played, and that's something he's going to go back and never forget tonight for the rest of his life. And talking to you, Ollie, as well.
Talking to me, should be the other way round. So we got a few minutes now before our next fight. I want to take you back a month or so now. I want to take you back to December in Riyadh. Tyson Fury against Usyk, the second fight. People were billing this as a bit of a make or break for Fury. We know his history, we know what he's achieved in his career, but Usyk was that kind of final hurdle to greatness, so we were told. And before we answer that question, we are joined by Queensbury Promotions' Elliot Alamassi. We'll come back to that question later, Steve. The man, now a man who just had a very similar debut to Tino Bellet, who we've just seen there. We saw you make your debut here, the noise in here, the stoppage. How does it feel to be back in here watching someone else do exactly the same thing?
The atmosphere in York Hall is legendary. Like, everyone needs to fight here. And I had the pleasure of fighting here myself. I got my stoppage and I can't wait to go again. And more unforgettable nights, unforgettable form. Congrats to Tino. Like, it's a new generation now and I'm going to be the leader of it. So it's great to see. I'm happy to be back.
So tell us about this place, York Hall. It's got a great history. You big smile. I see you sitting over there earlier on, smiling away, talking to Ollie. But what is it about this place that gives you, makes the hairs on your chest sizzle?
Like, for me, it's to know that legends have fought here, and for me, I love the pressure. We train so hard as boxers, so we have to shine, and this is our chance to shine. So once I got in that ring, I said, this is my moment. I got to take it with two hands. I want to be part of the names of the legends. So just to know the name holds weight, we've got to make the most of it. Now look at it, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Sold out tonight, look at it.
Yeah, it's January 2025, New Year. More nights are going to be unforgettable, so I want to be part of it. Yeah, I want to be part of it.
You are part of it.
Definitely. Next fight's going to be March 7th, WBM again, so I can't wait for it. Yeah.
So talking about how big a part of it you are, you were actually supposed to be in the ring tonight, and the injury stopped that. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
So I picked up a little injury.
Yeah.
No worries.
Go with Steve's mic. Steve's mic's better than mine.
I picked up a little injury, but nonetheless I'm ready. Like, luckily for me, like the injury is 90% gone. So I'm not one to pick up a lot of injuries. So March 7th I'll be more than better, and it gives me more time to be ready. All the supporters more time to pick the outfits. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Tell us what outfit. Tell us about the outfits then.
I'm called main event for a reason. When you come watch me, you want to look good, you want to smell good, and it's going to be nice to remember. So everyone that comes wants to put the best outfits, they want to feel good, so it's going to be worth it, worth the wait.
So Elliot, listen, we're going to speak to you and see you again very, very soon. We're all excited to see you back in the ring. Fantastic performance the last time around. It is now time to go back to our MC, Mark Burdis, as we move on to our next bout. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring from Aakashdeep, Hungary, Sara Ozagi.
Well, here we go, the action continues, and here comes Sara Ozagi. She is no stranger to boxing here in the UK. I called one of her fights in Leeds last summer, actually, against Payne alongside legendary boxer Ricky Hatton that night, and she was a tough fighter who really brought it and gave Payne a tough fight. She was also on the undercard of Catterall versus Prograis, so she's no stranger to British boxing, all the bright lights, and she'll be up for it.
Please welcome into the ring from Rochester, Kent, Ruth Huntley!
And here comes Ruth Huntley from London, former West Ham boxer, making her debut tonight, now signed to Frank Boren's Queensbury Promotions. She turned 18 last summer and is itching to get her professional career going. Lots of people talking about her in boxing, saying how
in the flyweight division. Firstly, fighting out of the red corner with 1 win and 5 losses, weighing 114 pounds and 3 ounces. Tonight she wears the black shorts with white trim. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Aakashdeep, Hungary, Sara Ozagi. And moving across into the blue corner. Tonight, she makes her professional debut, weighing 113 pounds, 2 ounces. Tonight, she wears the big green shorts. Please welcome from Rochester, Kent, the amateur sensation, Ruth Huntley! Your referee, Sean McAvoy, now giving his final instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 2-minute rounds.
Well, here we go, the debut. Here we go, the debut of Ruth Huntley, who is coming out and getting straight down to business. A nice fast start. And she's got quick hands indeed. Good support as well, Carl.
Yeah, very good support. She's filled out this balcony area, isn't she? Yeah, very fast start.
Huntley in the blue and gold shorts. Ozagi in the black and white. Ozagi from Hungary. You can see that amateur pedigree of Huntley immediately, can't you? With those feet and the way she throws those punches and bunches.
Nice. I think that's the key for her, is just to start throwing in phase of attacks. Them combinations are really working for her.
Nice left hook there from Ruth Huntley, who seems to have sorted her distance out and her timing pretty quick in this opening round. These 2-minute rounds fly by quickly.
I was about to say that. She looks like she's just started to settle in now, and I think maybe that, you know, the first round on your debut is a lot of nerves there.
Well, professional debut, opening round, done and dusted for Ruth Huntley, and in my opinion, that was a comfortable win for her in the opener. She just started to get into a groove in the second half of that, found her distance and her timing. She's very aggressive, isn't she? You can hear it in every shot she throws, she means business.
Yeah, definitely. She's when she throws them combinations, she means every shot. Like you said, I think just that first minute of the round, I think it was just she had to calm her nerves, settle down, and then I think when she got to her boxing and let her shots go, they were very good.
Looking composed there in the blue corner. Very good team, including Eddie Lamb. He's been around the sport for a long time. Should be getting some clear and concise instructions from that corner. And the crowd lift the noise again as we go into the second round of this one, scheduled for 4 in the flyweight division. Ozagi coming out firing, trying to put the pressure on. Good guard from Huntley. Gets those shots off of it very quickly. Doesn't telegraph anything in any way. That was a slip, even though the crowd wouldn't mind that being a knockdown. Ozagi just grabbing hold almost at any opportunity now, isn't she?
Yeah, you can see the sort of experience of her then, just wanting to get through the 2 minutes. She's just sort of grabbing and holding when she can, trying to ruin Ruth's work.
What Ozagi's good at is making tidy fighters look untidy. And she's trying to do plenty of that in this second round. Well, another round in the bank for Ruth Huntley. And if you're just joining us on Box Nation, welcome along. This is our 4th fight of the evening. We've had some good bouts so far. You're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and the Fail twins. I've had Ben, then I've had Carl, and then I've had Ben ringside, and Carl's ringside, and Carl's with me again. And Ruth Huntley is here making her professional debut, and when she made her entrance to the boxing ring, the noise went up a lot. She has sold some tickets and got some good support, and we're impressed with her so far, aren't we?
Very impressed. I think her combination works brilliant. Like we said, I think her opponent there is just, she's doing a good job of smothering Ruth's work and making it hard for her, but I think what Ruth's doing is really nice. She's starting to move her feet now and let her combinations go.
Here we go, the penultimate round in this one's scheduled for 4. 2-minute rounds, remember. So the pace tends to be a lot higher, the tempo that these fighters fight at tends to be a lot quicker as well.
It's them 2-minute rounds in it. There's almost a sense of urgency to get their work off.
I tell you what Huntley's done well is she hasn't showed any signs of frustration as of yet. And there's been so much where she could have been really frustrated and showed it in her body language and started getting complacent and untidy, but she hasn't, has she? She's been very disciplined.
Yeah, and that can be hard on your debut when you're so sort of you want to impress so badly, and someone like this is coming in to smother your work and really make it a messy night's work. But again, this is part of the pro game. This is what she's going to learn along the way, and this is what these fights are for.
Good to point out as well that she celebrated her 18th birthday in the summer, so she's a young fighter as well. Was good in the amateurs. Like I say, plenty of people saying plenty of good things. When someone you know and trust who knows their boxing tells you about a fighter to look out for, you listen.
I feel like you can see the talent from her. It's almost like bursting out, but again, her opponent is sort of making it a rough night's work.
Sara Ozagi, the Hungarian, just seems to have one tactic, which is just fly at her opponent, try and land something on the way in, and if she doesn't, she ties them up, doesn't she, and tries to make life difficult.
Yeah. I feel like Ruth's handling it really well, though. I feel like when she can, she's getting her shots off.
Well, this would have been a moment which she would have dreamed of for a very long time. And here it is, and before she knows it, it'll be over. But for now, she's still got an opponent who is live and up for it in front of her, like I say, who just literally runs at her. And like you said, it's the experience. It'll be fights down the line where she'll remember how she handled that, and she'll know that she can deal with that because she's done it before.
That's it, that's what these fights are about.
Here we go, the 4th and final rounds. Plenty more of the same from Ozagi. Huntley sticking to her boxing. Caught ever so slightly there, but I think she lost her balance more than anything because she just stumbled back. But straight back in there on the attack is Huntley.
You can see when she's at her range and letting her shots go, you can see how effective she is. But again, this opponent, she's making a hard night's work for her.
And I know Huntley would have known this, but the type of opponent she's got in front of her and the type of fight she's having on her debut, you couldn't have a more different sport when it comes to amateur and professional boxing, could you?
And that's what's important to learn for these young prospects, is that it's a completely different sport. The professionals it's a lot rougher, tougher. It's not as a point picking as the amateurs. Something I had to learn myself, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's not for everyone, is it?
That's it.
And some people can't adapt.
But she's still very young. She's only 18. She's got a long way to go, and these fights are going to set her in good stead to improve and get better.
Ozagi finishing that round, just surviving. Not that she looked like she was going anywhere, tying Huntley up. The 4 rounds done and dusted, some good stuff, plenty of learning. Professional debut out the way for Ruth Huntley, who's keen to be as active as possible. And I'm sure she'll want to be back in that professional boxing ring as soon as the opportunity arises. Good to see the respect there from both fighters, going to opposite corners, touching gloves. Big smiles all round. But let's get the referee's official scorecard from our MC, Mark Burdiss.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Sean McAvoy, scores the contest 39 points to 37. The winner in the red corner from Ajka, Hungary, Sara Ozagi. A round of applause for the brave, gallant and talented Ruth Huntley.
Well, Steve, defeat for Ruth Huntley on her debut. She must be devastated.
Devastating for her. I was speaking with a manager, Alfie Warren. I had it a draw. And I see the surprised look on Ruth's face at the end said it all. But you know what? Sara's 1 and 5. We was talking about it with a matchmaker, Joe Parry. She's a tough opponent for a lot of people. Sometimes you have to forget the record, Ollie. That these people are decent fighters. That was a hard fight, a hard debut for her, and unfortunately it went against her. She's got to, get back on the horse now, bounce back here with a win. I'm sure Warren Boxing Management will give it a chance to win as well.
Absolutely. So we hope for a quick comeback from Ruth Huntley. In the meantime, we're joined by Masood Abdullah, one of Frank Warren's star fighters, who has a huge British title fight coming up in Manchester in February. Masood, finally getting your opportunity.
Yeah, I cannot wait. It's an honour to be fighting for this title. I've wanted this title ever since I turned professional. It's a dream of mine, and just happy to finally get the opportunity to fight for it. Hopefully it goes well. I'm going to go out there and try and smash his face in as much as possible, but yeah, cannot wait.
And you're going to be the away fighter, aren't you?
Possibly, but again, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I thrive on being the underdog. No matter what situation I go in, I always think the cards are against me, no matter what, and that's just the way I work. So, yeah.
We spoke earlier on, Masood. Obviously, the fight for the British title was announced just a couple of days ago, but you said to me maybe you've known a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, so I knew a couple of weeks ago. My management told me about it. Just to actually hear it, and it's a whole other story. So now it's real. Now the goosebumps are kicking in, and now I'm more excited than ever. So yeah.
When you say the goosebumps are kicking in, and you're more excited than ever, is it not just you're fighting for the British title, but it's the years of hard work, giving up so much as a child when your mates are out enjoying themselves, and it's come to this moment now?
I mean, I've never been much of a person to stay away from training. Even out of camp, I'm in camp. I'm always training. Like, I don't take time off.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't a big thing. Like, I trained throughout Christmas. I trained this year, last year, the year before that.
When I'm through,
So,
when you was a kid and the sacrifices you made, though, and this is when it comes to the fruition.
So I started boxing when I was 23. So
I didn't know that. There you go.
So for me, it's a different story. When I was a kid, fighting wasn't
You
in
didn't
my
go
dream.
about anything, and then when you was
No. But, yeah.
Talking about the British title fight, going back to that, Nathaniel Collins had been a name on everybody's lips for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that's a little disappointed it's not going to be him?
Not really. I said this before. I don't care who it is. I just want that title. I don't care what face, what body shape, what type of style comes in. I just want to beat up the person who's in front of me, and then that's it. I said this a while ago. I said, I don't really care about Nathaniel Collins. I just care about his title. That's why I made that statement. Either fight me or vacate. Because it's only fair that I now get the opportunity to fight for him.
So listen, Masood, it's been a long time coming for you. We wish you all the best in Manchester next month. We're going to let you go for the evening now, but we will see you again on our screen.
Thanks so much.
Very, very soon.
All the best against Zach.
Cheers.
And Steve, a big night coming up for Masood, certainly in Manchester next month.
Yeah, very hard fight. Zach Miller have a massive ticket seller. I live in Manchester. He lives in the same town as me, actually. Huge ticket seller.
So, huge night for him coming up. Again, going back to Ruth Huntley, disappointment for her tonight. But when you lose on your debut like that, is there a comeback route?
Of course there's a comeback route. Bernard Hopkins lost on his debut. Of course there's a comeback route for her. There's always, she'll go away. She'll be wounded. She won't get over this until she gets in the ring for a second fight and wins. See, it's very hard for her to get over, but I'm sure, look, she'll bounce back. She's a very, very young girl. She's 19 years of age. She's won a couple of amateur titles. She's not someone who's just come off the street and gone professional straight away. Her time will come, but just be patient. And there's too much still in this sport where a loss means the end of the road. It doesn't for her, and I'm sure we'll see it back in front of the Box Nation cameras very, very soon.
So according to Steve, there is a route back for Ruth. We are now going to throw back to our MC Mark Burtis as we do a 10-bell salute for a young fighter that unfortunately recently passed away.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to take a moment to remember an aspiring amateur boxer, Callum Naylor, who sadly passed away in December of last year. Callum was a hugely talented fighter who represented many clubs here in London, most notably the Repton Boxing Club. Warren Boxing Management would like to ask all of you if you could please stand and salute our fallen friend with a minute-long round of applause. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ready for the next fire? Bust it out. Please, thank you. We're black out, but yeah.
But welcome back to ringside. I've had Carl fail, Ben fail, and we've been playing musical chairs, and now I've got both of them. So you'll be hearing both of those voices. Just for those at home, we don't want you getting confused. We've had some good boxing, but I've got to just pick up on that last fight. All three of us were really surprised that Sara Ozagi got that, but we've run out of time to talk about that because we'll talk about that later on. We've got to throw to the MC, Mr. Mark Burtis, because our next fight is coming into the ring right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the ring from Brighton, Sussex, Mark Butler!
And the action continues. We have a conveyor belt of bouts for you here this evening. And the man making his way to the ring now is Mark Butler of Brighton. He's a away corner fighter who's been on the road for quite a while. His career kicked off with a couple of good wins actually, but since 2022, when he picked up some losses, he's pretty much been fighting in the away corner. He's been in there with some good talent, the likes of Josh Padley, Jimmy Lee and Nelson Birchall, to name a few, and he certainly knows his way around the ring.
And entering the ring from St. Albans, Christian Fetty!
And here comes Christian Fetty, 3-0 now, looking to move to 4-0 as the 22-year-old from St. Albans. All three of his professional bouts have been here at York Hall, so he knows this venue very well. He's been a sparring partner for the likes of Conor Benn, Joe Cordina, Lee Wood and many others over the years. He's a well-disciplined, tidy and mature boxer with bags of ability, so don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, WBN, Trinity Entertainment, sponsored by Aakashdeep and Griffiths, are proud to present our next bout this evening. It's more 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. Firstly, in the red corner, with 3 wins and 14 losses, weighing 130 pounds. Tonight he wears the white shorts with red trim. Please welcome from Brighton, Sussex, Mark Butler! And moving across into the blue corner, unbeaten with 3 wins, weighing 128 pounds, 4 ounces. And tonight he wears the red and black shorts. Please welcome from St. Albans, Christian, the future, Fetty! Your referee, Sean McAvoy, will now give some final instructions.
Okay, 4-round contest.
This is 4 3-minute rounds.
Seconds out to round 1.
Here we go, our penultimate bout of the evening is between Mark Butler and Christian Fetty. Butler in the white shorts with the red waistband, and Fetty in the black and red, hoops straight on the front foot, getting to work with that double jab. Butler just trying to stick around the centre of that ring. Fetty will do his utmost to jab him out of it and make sure that he knows that he's in control. That's the way that the game works.
It's nice to see such a young prospect coming through, boxing behind the jab. Lovely few jabs straight there.
He's got a good jab, has Fetty. Knows exactly how to use it and uses it in different ways. Head and body, body and head. Sets his shots up with him. I've seen his 3 previous fights and always been very impressed.
Yeah, I think a very mature start. Just working behind that jab, working. Ooh, that was a nice shot there. Started to work off it.
But the crowd can smell blood, and the noise level goes up just for a short while here in York Hall. And Butler, I don't think he's in as much trouble as people may think he is. But he did get caught with a big left hook there. And Fetty just started to put his shots together a little bit more.
He's really letting that backhand fly and it's landing lovely. Wants to be careful, he don't blow himself out here. Get back to the jab, get back to boxing.
Nice right uppercut straight up the middle of the guard from Fetty to Butler. And another one, that right uppercut followed by a lead one. Just snaps the head back of Butler. And Fetty really starting to put his foot on the gas a little bit more as the seconds go by in this opening round. Butler, even though he's been caught with some good heavy shots, he's come forward, hasn't he, lads?
Yeah, very good. I think he found that body shot just to finish the round there. That was some really nice work from Fetty.
It's the jab and the uppercut of Fetty which have been my favourites so far. And you can just sense the crowd, those who have come to see him would absolutely love to see him get it done within the distance, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
he hasn't stopped anyone yet.
Really, yeah? You wouldn't believe that watching that first round. He's come out for blood today. Again, though, I think it's just the way he's come out behind his jab. I think that's been the key thing today when you've been seeing these mature performances from these such young prospects. They're coming out on their jab and it's all coming from the jab.
You're bang on, that jab has been working wonders for him. And he'll be using it plenty more in this second round. But this one scheduled for 4 in the super featherweight division. Butler just sneaked through there with a straight right hand which landed directly on the nose of Fetty. But it just seems to have urged him on and given him a little bit more to go for. Oh, lovely left hook to the body there by Christian Fetty. Textbook stuff, the way he slipped the shot and dug that left hook under the right elbow of Butler.
You can see this round, he's taking his time a bit more and he's waiting for Butler to throw and make mistakes.
Fetty continuously backing Butler up. Hasn't taken a step back in this round.
Ooh.
Another good straight right hand got through from Fetty, but Butler fights back and throws a couple of uppercuts of his own. The nose of Fetty is reddened, and I think I know the shot which landed it, and since then he's been dabbing away at it every so often.
You can't go swimming without getting wet.
You're absolutely right. The last 10 seconds of this round. Fetty looking to finish strong.
So is Butler.
But Butler, he's going nowhere, and I'd say that was probably his best round so far, wasn't it, Butler's?
I'd say so.
I wouldn't say he won it, but...
Again, he's in there, he's in the mix. He's another road warrior. He's in there, he's trying, he's throwing back. You can see him on the stool there, he's getting a bit tired, but these guys are tough and he's here to fight.
Panting quite heavily is Butler in the red corner. He put some effort into that round.
Fetty as well was doing some nice work off his slips, landing to the head, landing to the body. Them shots are the ones that hurt, it's always the ones you don't see. So yeah, I think they'll be having an effect on Butler. You can see, like you said, in the second round he's looking quite tired now, so I'd like to see how these next 2 rounds plan out.
Christian Fetty straight to the centre of the ring, popping that jab out, starting this round in the same way that he did in the 2 previous rounds. Not writing Butler off in any way, because he's done some good stuff, and I think there's been quite a few moments, or quite a few spells, where they've looked very well matched.
I mean, I think it's credit to the matchmaking this whole show. I feel like everyone's been in there, everyone's had to think the whole time. I think Fetty is in complete control of this whole fight, but Butler's making him think and he's making him work. Beautiful body shot there.
He sunk that one in, didn't he? Good jab there from Fetty and a good one returned from Butler. Oh, a solid right hand got through from Fetty.
If you watch, it's all off the jab. All when he's touching that jab, he finds the range. Let's have right hand fly, he can't miss. Some really, really nice work from Fetty here.
The Butler constantly fighting back, and no matter what he's been hit with, he's still coming forward. This is really good work here from Mark Butler, who seems to have the bit between his teeth, and he's...
Yeah, Fetty's let him slip in a bit here. Like we said, he's got to get back behind his jab, he's got to get back to jabbing and working off his jab. Just like that, lovely, lovely 1-2.
Fetty constantly working off of that jab. Butler also continuing to throw. And that was a nice lead hook to the body, and he just turned it over upstairs, did Fetty.
His slip work is lovely. When he works off them slips, he can't miss. They're the shots that are going to hurt Butler and only push him back and make him tired.
Well, I tell you what, that was a good round for both fighters, and not the easiest round to score. I think Butler did some good work there, didn't he?
But Butler had his moments, but for me, I think Fetty had most of the control of the round, worked really well off his jab, and then when he worked off that jab, what I was impressed with is he carried on with the momentum. Like you said, Butler had his moments, but for me, I think Fetty won that round comfortably.
Even when Fetty sometimes doesn't look like he's in control, he is in control, isn't he?
Definitely.
Would that be a fair assessment?
Everything Butler's doing is because of when Fetty lets him work. Fetty sometimes takes a step on the back foot, Butler gets a bit of momentum, but then Fetty turns it back around, back to the jab. He does a really nice backhand and turns it into an uppercut, and it seems to land every time. It's a shame this isn't a 6th rounder, because I feel like this is warming up to a very, very good fight.
You're right, we would have liked to have seen another couple of rounds. And Butler, who I've seen on numerous occasions before, is really going for it this evening.
He fancies himself here, I think. It's coming up hard this round.
The jab of Fetty's is just so effective, isn't it? He really kind of breaks the rhythm and the pattern of Butler every time he tries to start putting his shots together.
It's all his lead-hand work, to be fair. If you watch him when he's slipping off and coming with the hooks, his lead-hand work's working lovely. But when he lets Butler forward and without punching, that's when Butler's catching him and getting a bit of momentum. Like we've seen there, lovely.
Butler is certainly working, but if you really concentrate and look, he's not landing as much as it might seem that he is. He does get through with the odd one. And a lot of the punches he's getting through with aren't the cleanest either. But he's bringing a fight to Fetty, which is exactly what we want to see.
This is what you want, especially early on in your career. You want someone that's going to throw and that you can capitalise on shots with. But yeah, this is warming up to a very, very good fight.
I think Butler's worked out that lead hook that Fetty throws, because the last couple of times he's thrown it, he's just changed the angle and moved his feet to make sure that it doesn't land as clean as it has been in previous rounds. But just a minute left of this 4th and final round, and I tell you what, this would have been great if it was a 6th rounder, because the last couple of rounds have been fantastic, haven't they?
I feel like Fetty's got to get back behind his jab here. Here we go. Just to say that, he lands a beautiful backhand. Butler looks hurt. And Butler fires straight back. Tough as nails.
Butler just leaping in there with that lead hook, which just snuck through around the back of the guard of Fetty. Needs to be careful of those. And for me, Butler is winning the later part of this round just with his sheer work rate. But Fetty ever so often just fires back with a couple of clean shots. And this really has been a great contest. Solid right hand to finish from Christian Fetty. And looking around the York Hall here in the East End, people enjoyed that a lot, and it's easy to see why.
Tell you what, I enjoyed it. Great effort from both lads. Butler really come firing that last round, but a great learning fight for Fetty.
That was good, very entertaining. Will Fetty move to 4-0? Will Butler get the 4th win of his professional career? The referee will get the pair of them together. And let's find out from our MC, Mr. Mark Burdis.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both boxers. Your referee, Sean McAvoy, scores the contest 39 points to 37. The winner in the blue corner from St Albans, Christian, the Future, Fetty. And a round of applause for the brave and gallant Mark Butler.
Good fight, really good fight. Looking forward to seeing both of them now.
Yeah, great fight for Fetty, I think, especially early on in his career. 4 rounds of a tough, durable man in Butler. Come to win, definitely come to win. Fetty pulled out the bag. Yeah, brilliant fight.
It's obvious, isn't it, when these away corners, when they genuinely come to win.
Yeah.
Like there's no secret about it. A lot of them come to survive,
I feel
to
like
fight the next week.
That's been the motto rule tonight. Everyone's come to win, and it's been a great show.
It has been good atmosphere, good fights.
I think it's important for these young prospects to be in fights like this, though, because I feel like it will help develop their career instead of someone just sort of tucking up and surviving for the 4 rounds.
Well, Christian Fetty is now making his way out of the ring, and he will head over to the press area, and he's with Ollie now.
Enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
So Christian Fetty moves to 4-0 here at York Hall. Christian, tough final round there, but an emphatic performance overall.
Yeah, tough final round. He was a good opponent. He come to fight, and that showed in the last round. I think I put a bit too much into the first round, trying to take him out a little bit. Might have got a bit G'd up, but we live, we learn. That performance, I believe, was better than the last one. And that's all I'm trying to do, get better and better with each performance, and that's my goal, and we'll get to the top with that mindset, in my opinion.
You said you tried a bit too hard in the first round, but the signs were there that he was hurt, wasn't there?
Yeah, 100%. I see his legs wobbled a little bit. He was all over the place from rope to rope. So yeah, I went in for the kill a little bit, got a bit G'd up, but I thought I had him. But that's boxing for you, innit? So yeah, we live and we learn.
And Christian, listen, you were really busy at the end of 2024, started 2025 with a bang. Yeah. What's in store for you this year?
I think get out every 2 months, that's my goal, or at least every 2 months. Obviously, it's been 3 fights in the last 4 months, so if we go at that rate, we'll be a lot faster. I'd like a title at the end of 2025. Hopefully headline here at York Hall, that would be definitely a dream come true. So yeah, that was what I would love, a little youth title or something like that. That's my goals.
Well, listen, Christian, you've got one of the best managers in the game. I'm sure it will come for you. We're going to let you go and celebrate. Christian, enjoy your evening. Congratulations on tonight. Thank you so much.
I would just like to say one more thing. A huge shout out to everyone that brought a ticket and came tonight. Team Fetty blew the roof off again. It's every time at this point, isn't it? So I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. York Hall is absolutely rocking tonight. We're going to let Christian go and enjoy his night celebration, and we're going to bring in a man who really needs no introduction, but we're going to introduce him anyway, Mr. Frankie Hopkins. And Frankie, we're going to pass you the mic here.
Right,
lovely to see you, sir. How are you?
And you.
So, Frankie, I just said, long distinguished career for you, but I hear it might be coming to an end.
It has come to an end. From medical grounds. I'm not letting swear, but I would say I'm fucked. So, but yeah. And it's a wicked thing that it's come to an end, because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got as you know, I've got millions of friends. I've been in 29 world title fights, head of this world. And that's what I started with.
Yeah, Tony Oakey, former British light heavyweight champion. I'm just thinking there, was one of your greatest nights with Tony in this building against Peter Hamer?
No, I would say Davis. When he fought, what's his name? Chris Davis. Oh, unbelievable. Had me on the end of the seat for 12 hard rounds. Brilliant fight, brilliant.
Let me ask you, Tony, do you ever think this day would come where the King of Portsmouth would retire?
No, to be fair, as he said, this is where it all started, and that was over a quarter of a century ago. And to think now he's ended it here, at the same venue, same people around him, you know, he served his time, he's got his stripes, and it's lovely to see how you've all turned out for him, you know, to come and say goodbye. But as I say, I think he's earned it. He made a massive impact in my life and in my career, and he's also done that in a lot of fighters' career, and he's, you know, it's a well-earned rest for him.
And I'm still your mate, Steve.
He's still my mate. Yeah. I tell you, when you say when it was coming to an end, to be working the corner of Tyson Fury at the back end of it.
Listen, I started never ever stepping in the ring, and I ended up working with Tyson for the end of my career. 6 fights. The best on the planet. Done well, didn't I?
Yeah.
I never earned a lot of money because I was working with the likes of Tony, but apart from that, all right.
He told me he was on 50%, but that's what Tony said.
Frankie, I just want to ask you, we all know that you were with Tyson Fury towards the end of the career, but for the viewers out there who might not be too familiar with your whole career, give us a few names that you've worked with in the past.
Everybody, honestly, I'm not just saying it. Martin Murray, Josh Warrington, Terry Flanagan, Kevin Mitchell, Tony Oakey, everybody, honestly. Jamie Moore, Matthew Macklin, Billy Joe Saunders. I'm not bragging, but I've been with all of them, I think. It's like when I watch all these on telly and they're coming to the end of their career, I say, I've done him. The best fight in history, believe me, was Jamie Moore and Matthew Macklin, and I've done them. And then, 3 months later, I went to America and done Matthew Macklin. He was the loser.
Yeah. Tell me this, what the worst cut you ever treated?
Worst cut, Terry Flanagan, 23 stitches against, what was his name? The one in Manchester. And then, 3 months later, we went to New Orleans and he got 21 stitches against Prograde. 40 stitches in 2 fights, and he never got cut the whole of his life, Steve. Never.
What was it like looking after this fella? He got banged up a few times, 20 odd years ago.
Let me tell you something. See him, he was a nightmare actually. But see him, he was the best defensive fighter I ever fought. Ever. You know why? He never got banged up. They used to think he was going in like a dim with his head. He was brilliant at defence.
My nose don't say that though.
Yeah.
Frankie, can I just say, with the long distinguished career that you've had, and it's been a fantastic career, how special has it been for you to end it in Riyadh in Fury's corner?
Well, it was special to do Fury anyway, but I didn't know that I was going to have to do this. It was only the stupid heart gave way, but believe me, when you go on that stage, don't matter what people say, I ended up the top cutsman in the world, and that to me was this world. You know what I mean? I used to like say I was going to a show, and someone would say he's a good cutsman, and he'd say he's the lucky or he's the. But I ended up top cutsman in the whole world.
And listen, that is something that certainly nobody here is going to disagree with. Listen, thank you for such a fantastic career. We've enjoyed your company tonight. We hope you enjoy your retirement.
Yes.
Not just a thank you from us here, but all the viewers back at home. Wish you all the best as well.
Cheers,
Frankie
mate.
Hopkins, ladies and gentlemen, retiring tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That was good. Well done.
Thank you so much, Frankie.
Yeah, that was good, Al.
And now we're going to let Steve take over on lead for the next part, because a very good friend of his has just stepped into screen with us.
Ollie, we have got the original poster boy of Box Nation here, Mitchell Smith.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on. Do you know what? It feels like only last week I was here on Box Nation as a young 19-year-old, setting the place alight. It's absolutely Ramo here, man. I'm so pleased for Box Nation to be up and running again. I'm really looking forward to fighting on one of their shows on March the 7th, which is my next fight. And yeah, just looking forward to lighting up the gaff and getting my career with some momentum going again, really.
June 2012, I stood up there with Richard Keys and
Yes,
Bunty.
it was. Yes, it was.
You were walking up and down there before your fight against James Ancliffe. it was the best debut we saw on Box Nation. You might remember me saying that at the time.
I do.
I'll
take good
Now,
on that, yeah.
12 years on, it's gonna sound nice. Where did it go wrong for you, Mitchell? It's a question that's fair to ask.
I think I've got a bit of I've got an addictive personality, and unfortunately some of you guys would know my story. My career went south very, very quickly, and now I've managed to get I kind of grew up quick, like over the last year I've grown up, and I'm so proud of myself, and it makes me feel good that I'm making people proud of me, and I'm just like living proof of like I can go from rock bottom, and now I'm here again doing it. I've managed to get myself give myself a second chance, and this is Mitchell Smith 2.0, and I really think that finding some momentum in my career, which is the most important thing, keep chipping away at the weight. I'm going to be in titles by the summer, no, not for sure.
So when you talk about the struggles that you had,
yes.
When you come to nights like tonight and you see the setup, you see the fighters in there, does it give you that extra bit of motivation?
It gives me that motivation, but ultimately, I boxed in December already, so I've had one run out already, just under welterweight limit. Kid was a bit bigger than me, but I managed to deal with him pretty comfortably. I was happy with my performance. I was entertaining. My ring walk was by far unbelievable. And yeah, look, I'm just, like I said, like this year for me is just finding momentum, and if I can find momentum show after show, like I said, man, I think summertime I'm going to be knocking on the door for some of these lads that are holding titles at super feather / lightweight. I think I'll be ready for them. Not right now, but my talent is still there. I'm working so hard in the gym. Like I said, I'm chuffed, you know. I've got my coach Aaron, who's stuck by me through thick and thin. He's worked so hard with me. I'm looking forward to just putting that on show, man. I'm just looking forward to getting that back.
So what is the plan now that you say you're looking at, is it going to step down to, I mean, you was near a welterweight, was you last time?
I was close, yeah, 66 I think I was.
Yeah, you're going to go super light and then light?
No, I'm going to do so, yeah, I'm going to do between 62 and 63 kilos for my next one.
Just under 10 stone,
just under 10 stone. So the level of, in terms of the size of the opponent will be slightly smaller. My last lab was a lot bigger. I could feel the bigger frame in front of me. So my next one will be a slightly smaller frame, and then I'll be looking at a knockout performance, man, for sure.
So listen, March the 7th,
yes.
Back in the ring, back on Box Nation, back at York Hall. We're so excited. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely to see you.
God bless you, thank you.
We are now going to throw back to our MC, Mark Burdis, for the main event of the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening, the vacant WBC Featherweight Youth Championship. Please welcome into the ring the first challenger from Dudley, West Midlands, Ryan Griffiths.
And here we go, the main event of the evening, and the man making his way to the centre of York Hall is Ryan Griffiths, an unbeaten professional fighter. He's a solid pro and a marathon runner when he's not boxing, constantly looking to test himself and push himself, and he's one of those fighters who continuously keeps coming no matter what. So this should be very good fun.
And please welcome into the ring the second challenger from Ilford, Essex, Umar.
And here comes Umar Khan, 10-0, one of those. Didn't go the distance. Last time we saw him was on the undercard of Derek Chisora versus Joe Joyce. That was at the O2 Arena against a former French champion. He boxed really well that night and was in full control. And it looked like he might stop it at one point. He's got heavy hands, but tends to just stick to his slick skills and showing the class operator that he likes to be known for.
Sponsored by the main event of the evening, the vacant WBC Featherweight Youth Championship, live and exclusive on Box Nation, the channel of champions via YouTube. Your official dominion appointed by the World Boxing Council. Your steward in charge is Ben Harmsworth. Your timekeeper at the bell is John Smith. And your scoring referee is Mr. Lee Emery. And now, to introduce the contestants. Firstly, in the red corner, with an unbeaten record of 6 wins and 1 draw, weighing in at 125 pounds, 9 ounces, and tonight he wears the black shorts with blue trim. Please welcome from Dudley, West Midlands, Griffiths! And moving across into the blue corner, unbeaten in 10 contests with 1 KO to his name. Also weighing in at 125 pounds, 9 ounces. And tonight he wears the blue and silver shorts. Please welcome from Ilford, Essex, Umar. Your referee is clear from now with final instructions to both boxers.
Okay, lads, when I say stop, stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up for 10 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is 8 3-minute rounds for the vacant WBC Featherweight Youth Championship.
Well, here we go. Main event of the evening. Umar Khan versus Ryan Griffiths. 8 3-minute rounds for the WBC Featherweight Youth Championship. Khan in the blue and silver shorts. Griffiths in the black and blue shorts. Both men wasting no time and getting straight to action. Griffiths, known for that tempo and that pace that he works at, instantly showing what he's about. Khan, more of a fighter, will take his time and pick his shots. This will hopefully be a great match of styles.
It's turning out to be straight away. This is probably the fight I've been most looking forward to tonight. They're gelling really well as well, so it should be a great fight.
Fast work there from Khan, who just switched stance to southpaw. Put a lovely 1-2 lead hook together. The Griffiths got his hands high and defensively looking good.
Great shots by Khan there.
And Khan has smelt blood, but I don't know if Griffiths is in as much trouble as he might think he is. Just holds his hands high, moves backwards. And Khan needs to make sure he doesn't blow himself out, because we are very, very early into this fight.
Landed a few good shots there, nice hook, uppercut. I think Griffiths was hurt, but he's recovered well.
That was a nice right hook over the top there from Umar Khan. And he just grinned as he landed it. He knew he caught him with that one.
Seeing some really good stuff from both fighters here.
Griffiths working that jab nicely, constantly disrupting, or attempting to disrupt the flow of Umar Khan, when it's working a fair amount. Carl, a good opening round. What did you like, I guess, out of both fighters?
I mean, the tempo was really impressive in that first round. It's an 8-rounder, so they've still got a long way to go. I think for me, Khan had that round. He was in control most of it. He landed some big shots, had Griffiths, I wouldn't say hurt, but he had him rocked early on. Griffiths stopped through. I think this is turning out to be gelling out to be a great fight.
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, same. Thought Khan looked very good that round. Like Carl said, he definitely hurt Griffiths that round. Griffiths recovered well, tried to come back, but I feel Khan ran away with the momentum and he got that first round.
That
really
moment when Griffiths looked like he'd been hurt, maybe he was a bit more hurt than he was letting on to, because he kind of covered it up really well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And it didn't take it long before he was back to his boxing.
That's it, he tucked up well, recovered, and then tried to come back with his boxing, but like I said, Khan went with the momentum and he's looking very sharp, very good.
But here we go, round 2, this one scheduled for 8 in the featherweight division. Really well matched, these two. It's hard to split them, isn't it? Both doing good things in different ways.
Yeah, I think for me, Khan's shot selection is really impressive. He's finding the gaps and he's finding just the little shots where Griffiths is doing some good work. But the shot selection for me is just...
and that was a good left hook from Griffiths, wasn't it?
That was a very good left hook.
And then look, Khan comes back.
They say don't hook with a hooker, but both of these are good with those hooks. Throw them really neatly, elbows up and tight. And they've both landed those shots.
Yeah. For someone that's only had one knockout, Khan sits on the shots very nice. Looks strong in there.
Good aggressive stuff from Brian Griffiths there. Khan doesn't look unsettled though. He just, if shots gets through, he tends to just have a tiny little moment and then get straight back to his boxing.
I feel in close, Griffiths does some really nice work, but as soon as he goes back to long, Khan seems to take over and land at will.
I was just about to say that. I'd like to see Khan back at long range a little bit and just boxing behind that jab and selecting his shots a bit tidier. I feel like him close with Griffiths is giving Griffiths more of an advantage than he should be.
Solid work here from Khan. And Griffiths just, for a moment in this round, just soaking up maybe a little bit more than he should do. But he's a solid fighter, and that was a good lead hook which he just snuck into the midsection of Umar Khan.
This is where Khan's comfortable here, boxing long behind the jab.
Khan likes to move, doesn't he? He likes to box and move.
Yeah. And that's what he's good at, and that's what works.
So with that being said, does Griffiths need to do more to stop him from doing that movement, stop him from using that jab and getting out of there?
I'd probably say so, yeah. I think Griffiths gets the better work off close. Obviously, Khan does his nice work with the hooks and the uppercuts, but yeah, I'd still say I'd give that round to Khan still, I think. But a closer round, for sure.
Could just see in the action replay, it's been real back and forth stuff, this. Yeah. And I tell you what, not the easiest of rounds to score, are they? I know they're both doing good stuff and you've maybe favoured Khan a little bit more, but it depends what you like, really, doesn't it?
Of course,
yeah,
it was definitely a close round. I'm not saying Khan definitely had it, but if I had to pick, I thought Khan had the key to work. But, yeah.
Ryan Griffith straight in with a jab to the body there. Maybe that corner have told him to put the pressure on, get on that lead foot a little bit more, stop him from doing what he does best, which you two have pointed out well, that he boxes nicely on that back foot. Don't let him have it all his own way, but that was a lovely right hook from Umar Khan. Griffiths just keeps on coming.
He's punching, but he's definitely out there. Khan rocked him with a nice hook.
This Griffiths is tough as nails. I feel like he's been hurt a few times this fight. He's just really chinned down, he just stuck it out.
Feel like Griffiths is doing a bit more of what we were talking about now.
Yeah.
And Khan's not able to do as much as what he was doing before, is he?
No, you can. Obviously, the corner have seen what we've seen. His success comes a lot from being in close. Even Khan doing some nice work there. But yeah.
The one you pointed out earlier, he can mix it up though, Khan, can't he? He's got heavy hands. Like, it's amazing he's only got one stoppage out of those 10 wins. Good jab there from Griffiths, just snapped the head back of Khan.
He's got to make sure he stays switched on, even when he's on the outside, because this Griffiths is relentless.
Griffiths, some engine he's got on him as he just continues to walk forward, but he is getting caught every so often. Nice parry of a big strong jab of Khan's a moment ago though.
Well, I think he said he's a marathon runner, isn't he? So he's going to have great endurance in here, and I think it's going to make the back end of the fight exciting because they've started at such a high tempo. I think it's going to be good to see how Khan deals with his tempo and endurance towards the end of the fight.
It's also just an observation from, oh, these are good shots here from Khan. The level has gone up in this fight, hasn't it? Because these guys have boxed at a higher level for a longer period, haven't they? And you can see that in the standard.
Yeah, this is a great fight. This is two great fighters, undefeated fighters. With great support, as you can hear.
For me, that was a Griffiths round. What are you guys saying?
Do you know what? I think Griffiths is doing some good work on the inside, but just for me personally, I feel like when it's inside, it's close. Griffiths is doing well, but the inside and outside work for me is Khan. But again, very close round, very hard one to score, but it's a great fight to watch.
Like you said, it depends what you like. It depends what you like. They're both doing some really good work. Khan caught him with a really nice hook again that round, so yeah, it depends what you like. But nevertheless, a great round of boxing.
It was. They had a little bit of everything. And they say that styles make fights. And although these two are very different in ways, the fact that Khan's good at mixing it up when he wants to makes it exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Now he could be really negative, I guess, couldn't he? And just really box on the back foot, but that would be like watching paint dry.
Yeah. I think he's giving his fans their money worth. He's got to be smart here and not get too involved because, like you said, this is Griffiths. This is his territory, that close range. Khan's probably a little bit better on that outside, just making him miss there.
Lovely.
Look at that.
Impressive work by Khan here, though. I really feel like he can do it all. He's comfortable inside and out.
He is very impressive, is Khan. Slick.
Griffiths, though, taking control of the ring, not giving him any space to breathe, making him work all of the time.
And I guess if you're going to box in the way that Khan does, you've got to have some fitness to you, haven't you? I think Khan feels like he's in
He's starting to have a bit of fun here.
Yeah, he's in a bit of control mode.
Yeah. Lovely work.
Good lead up to the body there from Khan. Griffiths just bites down on his gum shield and comes forward again.
Really impressed with Khan's close range combination punching. I really think he's laying it off and then going back out to his range, back onto the jab.
It looks like where Khan's getting the success with that combination punching is he'll throw like a three-shot combination and he'll just wait and he'll kind of jolt his opponent and then he kind of delays throwing the next shot and he always gets through with it. It's clever stuff, isn't it? Changing the patterns. Griffiths throwing about 3 or 4 body shots there, all of them caught in the arms of Khan. And Umar Khan is boxing absolutely beautiful here at York Hall.
He's giving me spells of Sonny Edwards here, moving really nice, slick. Griffiths trying hard though, trying very hard.
Well, Khan ran away with that one, didn't he? Quite literally.
Yeah.
He just was dancing around there, found his rhythm, and it was very Sonny Edwards-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Very nice. It was good work, inside and out. Didn't get hit too much, even though Griffiths is pushing the pace hard. See some nice work here, him slipping inside, working the body. Like Carl said, his combination work inside is very impressive.
Would I be right in saying that he probably spends about the right amount of time when he's inside, though? He doesn't stay around there too long, does he?
That's important for him, I think. He's not being greedy. Sometimes as a fight, you can be a bit greedy on that inside, that close range work. He's just doing enough work, getting back out, getting back to his boxing.
Can Umar Khan do plenty more of the same of what he did in round 4? Griffiths straight on out on that front foot, trying to get that jab off. They can't help but feel that Khan is super confident at the moment, and it's going to take a lot to knock some of that out of him.
It's oozing out of him right now. He's boxing really nice. Can't do much wrong. But Griffiths is there. He's there and he don't want to go nowhere.
This must be frustrating for Griffiths. Because it's not massively, but it's starting to look like he's almost running out of ideas a little bit here because of the way that Khan's boxing.
I was about to say that, because the pace is almost slowed down on his half, but I wouldn't say it's through tiredness or anything like that. I think he literally is just thinking, how am I going to throw and land a shot on him?
Got through there from Griffiths.
That's where Khan's just got to stay switched on now, and that's a little reminder that he is still in a fight and he can't get too complacent.
He really is.
And he comes back with his own lead hooks. Lovely work.
I stayed quiet for a moment there just because I almost forgot I was commentating. I was just enjoying the fight.
Yeah.
Because there's some really beautiful boxing happening right in front of us.
When you have two, it's very rare you have two fighters in front of you with different styles that gel as well as these two have. There's been no grabbing, some really nice boxing. Griffiths is trying hard, but in my opinion, Khan's just a few levels above him, and he's showing that tonight.
Good round for Umar Khan. I think levels is the word here, and in the first couple of rounds it certainly looked more of a 50-50, but I'm starting to see this go more 60-40, and I think maybe as the rounds go by we might be leading 70-30 in Umar Khan's favour.
Yeah, that's it. I think at the start Khan come out and sort of matched him with the close range work. Again, I thought done really well, but I feel like now he's gone back to his boxing and now he's mixing the two, and Griffiths is really sort of running out of options on what to do.
And that must be so frustrating as well.
You can see it in Griffiths, you can see it in his work. He's second down on everything he's doing. So let's see how he comes out in these last few rounds. You know, he knows he's got to win these rounds. So let's see what he does.
Well, in the Griffiths corner there, just keeping an eye on him. It looked like the corner team were encouraging Ryan Griffiths to go for the body.
Yeah.
And I guess their thoughts are is they might get him to the body and might get him to slow down a little bit, but
yeah, when you've got a fighter that moves so nicely like Khan, that is one, and you can't really land to the head. You have to go for the body. You have to try slow him down. You have to try tire him out. There's not going to be nothing Khan's not seen before. There's some really nice work from both fighters here. Griffiths has come out with meaning this round.
got to tip your hat to Ryan Griffiths. He has got some engine on him, isn't he? He doesn't stop trying at any point.
Yeah, he's definitely got no quit on him. He's had a good start to this round as well. He's pushing the pace, he's catching him.
Spot on. There you go. Yeah. Nice right hand which got through there. Khan looks like he's slowed down ever so slightly.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like the momentum's slowly starting to change. Yeah. Then again, look at that. Look at the combination work from Khan. It's so impressive. He's just got to get back out to range and go back to his boxing after he does that close range work. The last thing you want to do is give Griffiths a little bit of confidence, a little bit of thinking he's still in the fight.
Because he's got the engine to do something with it, hasn't he?
Exactly that.
Well, Khan's cut looks like under his right eye. There's definitely blood dripping down there. Just a bit of a nick there by the looks of it.
Griffith smells blood.
Griffith sees blood. This has been a solid round for Griffiths, who's really made life very, very difficult for Umar Khan, who's having, I tell you what, he's getting dragged into a fight now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
And this is the stuff which you two had said he doesn't want to be doing too much of.
Yeah, especially so look, we're into the 6th round now, and he's drawing this dog out of him.
I think his corner will give him a little slap around the head this round and tell him to get back to his boxing. But nevertheless, it's been a great round of boxing. Good run for Griffiths.
He was indeed, and if you're just joining us, you're joining us for the main event here on Box Nation at your call. With myself, Darren Rees, Ben Fowle and Carl Fowle. We've had some fantastic boxing tonight, we really have. Been some good matches. The away corner fighters have genuinely come to win. And the fight which you're watching right now is 8 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division for the WBC Youth Championship. And if you are just joining us, it's been a bit of an Umar Khan fight for the last couple of rounds, but Ryan Griffiths is starting to come back in it. And the opening rounds were relatively hard to split depending on what you like. Oh, nice straight off the mark from Umar Khan in the 7th round. As soon as that bell went, he darted out and threw a 1-2, but Ryan Griffiths just bites down on that gum shield once again and constantly moves forward. And you said, one of you said, they're going to tell him to get back to his boxing. That's exactly what he's doing, isn't he?
Yeah, I feel like maybe his corner did say that to him. He's come out firing in all cylinders, back to his boxing, doing some really lovely work again. And
well, I think you can see the difference here. He's barely been hit. we're almost a minute into this round and he hasn't taken a clean shot. Look at that boxing, that was beautiful.
Can Khan keep up this pace and box like this for the full 3 minutes of this round? He knows there's potentially another full round to do if his man's still standing there, but that was a nice left hook over the top from Ryan Griffiths, who constantly reminds him he's there.
Switched off a little bit there, his chin in the air, but wasn't too heavy, nothing drastic.
The corner of Griffiths just screaming for him to take it to him and not to stand there and take the shots on the gloves.
This is like we said earlier, he shouldn't be greedy really, just stick to his boxing now. Get the rounds in the bag. And,
what a fight for the fans, though.
Yeah. It's been great action from the very first moment the opening bell went, and it continues to be good action as well. Here in the 7th of this one, scheduled for 8.
So that's where Khan wants to be there, working off the long range shots. Griffiths, no quitting Griffiths at all. He's coming, he's punching all, lovely right hand.
I mean, credit to both fighters, they're both landing big shots and they're both in there sticking it out.
And this is becoming a bit of a shootout, this, as we go into the last 15 seconds of this round. And Khan is starting for the first time in this fight look a bit more than just a little bit tired. But that was a nice right hand to end the round. Wow. Fight a round of the night?
I'd say so, yeah, I'd definitely say so. This is what you call a York Hall Classic. This is what York Hall brings. Brilliant fights, listen to the crowd.
There's been so many over the years, isn't there?
Yeah.
And you can always tell when it's a good fight at York Hall because you ever look up at the balcony and 80% of the people are standing up because they can't keep in their seats and they're enjoying it.
Great fight.
This is what happens when you put two good fighters together.
Yeah.
Really well matched.
This is what boxing's about, fighting for these titles, getting these step-ups and proving. This is about Umar proving he's this level above now and he can keep pushing on.
expect a bit of everything. It's the 8th and final round, and a lead hook landed by Umar to kick this round off. And the crowds have raised the volume again. And look at these two go at it. Griffiths bites down that gum shield and just continuously moves forward. But good boxing here from Umar Khan, who threw the beautiful 1-2 left hook. It was lightning fast.
Brilliant boxing. Both fighters want this badge, you can see it.
And Griffiths could do with getting himself off of those ropes and getting on the front foot. Umar Khan not doing any of that, dancing around backwards, picking his shots anymore. He's bringing the fight to Griffiths. He wants to take the decision away from the referee if he can. Oh, lovely overhand left from the southpaw stance from Khan, but Griffiths comes back with his own lead hook. Beautiful lead uppercut from Griffiths up the middle. And Khan hits Griffiths with a right hand, and the sweat bounces off his head and glimmers in the brightness of the lights. These two really going for it now. In the last 30 seconds of the 8th and final round. Griffiths moving forward with an unbelievable engine. Khan head down, bites down on his gum shield.
Khan showing how bad he wants it. He's really digging in.
Both of them aren't leaving anything left in this ring. They're giving every single ounce of energy which they've got to ensure that they are the winner.
Khan has to be careful he don't blow himself out this last half of the round here. You can see he's spent a lot of his energy, and he's just, I say he's tiring, but he's throwing. What a fight.
With 45 seconds left of this round. 45 seconds left of the fight.
Both guys throwing, both guys landing. What a fight.
And Khan showing that he too has an unbelievable engine. And the corner of Griffiths encouraging him with everything which they've got to keep going and keep moving forwards as we go into the last 10 seconds of this bout, which has been a terrific fight, a typical York Hall classic, a venue which brings so many of these great contests, and Griffiths finishes the round strong, and that was a brilliant end to that entertaining 8 rounds of boxing. Both men should be super proud of themselves. What a fantastic fight. Everyone in York Hall up on the balcony stands with their hands above their heads, giving these two a round of applause, because that was what you call entertainment.
Unbelievable fight. Both fighters need to leave with their head held high. Unbelievable. Great fight.
What an ending. What an 8th and final round. Just look at the action in the replay there. Admiration for both of these. People still clapping. Be interesting to see the way that the referee scores this, because it was almost a fight of 3/3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than 2 halves.
Yeah. For me personally, I think Khan took control of the middle to the late rounds. Griffiths was always in it, and there was some close rounds, but just for me personally, I think Khan boxed unbelievably. I thought his outside work was great, and then his inside work was great. So for me, I edge it to Khan, but what a credit to both men. What a brilliant fight.
It certainly was a brilliant fight. Well, just going to get the two fighters together, and we will find out who is the WBC featherweight youth champion. And Mark Burtis is posed and ready, and he will give us a decision right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ref's words, not mine. What a great contest. A round of applause for these two warriors. Magnificent. Your referee scores the contest 77 points to 75. The winner and now the new WBC Featherweight Youth Champion. In the blue corner from Ilford, Essex, Umar Khan. The belt will now be presented by Ben Harmsworth. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the brave, gallant and very talented Ryan Griffiths.
But Umar Khan gets it, and probably rightly so. Both did some fantastic work there. The engine on Ryan Griffiths is quite unbelievable. I said in the intro when he made his way to the ring that he runs marathons, and that's evident, isn't it, really, that someone like him has got an engine like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to start running marathons?
Not just yet, I don't think.
Me neither. That makes the three of us. Great fight. 8th and final round was fantastic. The fight was fantastic, but that 8th round was brilliant. Really good. Umar Khan just going through the normal processes which you fighters do, pictures, belts, all the rest of it. And we will get him to Ollie in a moment for a chat and to see how he saw the fight.
Brilliant fight.
So, Umar is with Ollie.
Umar Khan is your new WBC Youth Featherweight Champion. Congratulations, Umar. How are you feeling?
Tired, man. It was a tough one. Good scrap, good way to start the year, and onto a big one, better 2025 now.
You surprised that how he come back in the second half of the fight?
Yeah,
because you were right out the blocks, weren't you?
Yeah, I think I hurt him in the first round, but listen, he was a tough guy, man. He come down from, I think, super lightweight as well. He was strong, good opponent, a lot of respect for him.
Incredible fitness and engine, didn't he?
Yeah, wow, man, fit guy.
So you moved to 11-0 now. You've now got the green WBC title belt over your shoulder. How far can you go, Iman?
Honestly, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I do in the gym, and for me, I believe I can go all the way. I'm still young. I'm promoted by one of the best promoters in the world, Frank Warren. So the world's at my feet. I'm still a baby, and just got to keep stepping up now, slowly.
You just mentioned Frank. What support has Frank given you in the lead up to this title fight? Because honestly, you've had a great opportunity here.
Honestly, I turned pro when I was 18, so I've been with him for 4 years now. And the way they've matched me and the way they've built my career up until now, honestly, I thank him a lot. You know, he's helped me a lot, and yeah, it's been great support for me.
And I'll tell you what, you've beaten your cousin Hamza to a WBC belt. He won't be happy, will he?
No, honestly, honestly, he always told me, he goes that. He always believed in me. He's always gave me great advice, and next month he's going to pick up the real one.
Hey, that's not bad for starters for a young.
Not bad for a 22-year-old, right?
That's a great development. You're still a developing title for you.
Exactly, 100%.
So Umar, final word to win this title on Box Nation as well. Terrific setup here at York Hall tonight. Absolutely fantastic atmosphere. You packed this place out.
Yeah, honestly, I just want to thank everyone that's come out to support me. All the sponsors, Alfie from Warren Boxing Management, Queensbury, thank you for the opportunity, and it's great to headline the first show of the year and get a good win.
So Iman, listen, congratulations, your new WBC Youth Featherweight Champion. Congratulations, we'll let you go and celebrate with your fans. Thank you so much. So, what a night here at York Hall tonight. Umar Khan is your new WBC Youth Featherweight Champion. If you switch over to the Queensbury Promotions YouTube channel now, you can catch the Ringside Magazine Awards night. But from me and Steve, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the next one.